Hey friends, Dana here. And yeah, sure, we got plenty of summer left, but we all know what comes next when the weather shifts from crotch soup season to frozen shriveled peas season. That's why I love my pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. It's the perfect time to get them out and take a peek at both your AC and your furnace. Book your AC tune-up by August 21st and save $45 or save $90 when you bundle both. It's the early bird deal and it's the way to go for peace of mind on both ends. Go to standardheating.com and make sure to mention 93X when you book.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. 93X.
Oh, my goodness. This is just great. Great to be checking in here on a Monday morning on what we call here the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. And god dang, do we have a lot of people to thank after everything we had going on this past Friday and Saturday. A lot of people to thank. Friday night, our Bro Stout cancer event at the American Legion in Wayzata was a hell of a deal. And I want to thank the folks who came out and contributed to the Randy Shaver Cancer Research Fund. Thank you to your folks, or to you folks is how I should have said that. Last I heard, Cubby, pert near $10,000 was collected.
Oh, wow.
For those here in town.
That is awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pert near 10 grand was collected at that event for those here in town going through cancer treatment and such. I mean, we couldn't have asked for a better crowd.
Yeah, everybody was great. And so I want to also say thank you to the kitchen staff, you know, yourself included, Nick. You guys really have a good system going, and for as many people that were there and for as much chicken as was going out, you guys were on it. Yeah, Dr. P and I worked the line, and I don't think there was a time for more than a split second that we were without chicken. You guys it's squirrel. I mean, that guy was running. He was running his butt off. He goes
Squirrel is one of the pimps over there.
Honestly, it was like as soon as we're out of here comes Squirrel. I mean, it was just that quick.
He's good.
Yeah, he was awesome. Everybody there was so cool. I found out I'm blind.
You're blind?
Yeah, thanks to Snot Rocket Jesus. I was hanging out with her for a little bit, and she had these glasses on, and I don't remember the topic came. Oh, she was asking me, she said, hey, I heard on the air the other day that you started wearing glasses when you're reading the news.
Mm-hmm.
And I told her, I'm like, yeah, what was happening is I was screwing up words because all of a sudden I couldn't see them quite right.
Yeah. So
I have readers. I brought them in, and it's helped me. And she's asking me if you're near and far sighted, and I get confused. Like, I don't know. When it's up close, I can't see it. So I put on her glasses, and she's like, yeah, you know, it's really going to look bad because it's the one from a distance, right? I put it on, and the world opened up for me. I had no idea my eyes were that. I could see at the far end of the bar. I didn't even realize that wasn't normal, that I couldn't anymore. So now I think I'm going to need glasses at all times.
Well, I mean, that's a hell of a deal. I wish I would have tried her goggles.
Yeah, I wonder if that would help you as well.
Yeah. So now, yeah, you might just be wearing them permanent. I think you'll look great in 24-hour glasses. I do. I mean, old friends showed up, new friends Friday night at the Legion, and you all made it work for us. Many people will benefit from your generosity, so thank you very, very much. Hope you boys had fun.
Oh, it was a great time. I loved it.
It was awesome. I would never have guessed that was a first-time event.
Yeah, we'd never done anything like that before. We've hosted many Broasted Chickens, second Friday of every month. That same gang of drunks that you were just complimenting, Josh. We get it done in the kitchen, second Friday of every month, but we've never done, something with the radio station and with Randy Shaver's Cancer Research Fund, and where there were two separate dinner times where we had to push one crowd out and bring a new crowd in, and the 50-50 raffle and all the other things that were going on Friday night, the silent auction. So it was a hell of an undertaking. I thought for sure I would screw it up, but it couldn't have gone any better. And we obviously wouldn't have made $1 without folks like our listening audience, making an effort, buying a ticket and coming on out, and then spending a few extra bucks while they were there. So
And
near,
it was
near 10 grand.
I'll tell you what, that was so fun putting faces to names of folks that have texted in before. They'd say, hey, I'm so-and-so, Jesus or Jesus, and it was really cool getting an opportunity to meet them in person. And then meet some new folks we hadn't heard from yet on text.
Mm-hmm. And then the following damn day at the State Fair, same thing. Our listeners, again, made us look good by showing up at our little appearance at the 93X booth there at the fair. You showed up, you bought stuff, you got the hell out, just as we planned.
Well, and I forgot you had said this, but one guy came up and he pulls out a 20 to hand to us. And we're like, what? No, if you want to buy a shirt, it's right over there. He's like, oh, no. Nick said that we had to show up and just give you cash.
I'd forgotten that I made that statement. Last week, leading up to our appearance at the fair, I had forgotten that I said, show up, buy something, and leave. But I also threw in, you can just hand us your own money as well, if you like.
That was funny that he remembered that.
And when I hesitated because I had forgotten that statement, he took his money back. I said, no, you offered it out there. That should be my money. He took it back. I never got that 20.
Oh, here's one right here, short but fat Jesus. She's one of the ones I was talking about. We got to see in person. We hadn't met her before.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, sure. She was a very nice gal to talk to on Saturday at the fair. It was just, I don't think we've ever had a weekend like what we just experienced with that much time spent just getting to know people and saying hello to everyone who wanted to. And it was just a real big deal for us. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you a million times over.
I was thinking about it like on my way home from the fair on Saturday, how this was probably a highlight weekend for me, and as long as we've been here, just getting to meet some new folks, and like I said, putting faces to people we've heard from. So thank you guys so much for coming out both Friday and Saturday night. I know for some of you, it was a very long drive. Saturday, the fair was very busy. People waited in line, and that was very, very cool of you, and we really appreciate it. Also, we have our very first ever mascot boat.
We sure do.
The USS Evelyn.
Mm-hmm. That was the most adorable thing of all time.
Yeah, this little girl, she came up to us and she made us a boat at the Home Depot booth at the grandstand, maybe. I forget exactly where she said she made it. She was wearing a little Home Depot apron.
Mm-hmm.
And
by the way, did you notice that she called it Home Depot?
Yes,
yeah,
I did.
Yeah.
It was so cute. I didn't want to, yeah. She kept calling it a Home Depot. It was so funny. It was so cute.
A little girl presented us with a little tiny boat that she made at the Home Depot display, and we're going to keep it now in the studio. I see it right in front of me, and now I kind of want to stop by that joint at the fair when I go back on Thursday and make my own. We need to have a fleet of boats here. Although I probably wouldn't do as good a job as that little girl Evelyn did.
Home Depot's great with those types of things. I know my niece has gone to them. I think they do them in stores like once a month or once a week where kids can kind of build a little project to take home, and they do it at the fair, and Evelyn brought us this great boat.
I mean, I know we'd like to keep it here, but Josh, maybe bring it home, take a bath with it.
I might feel kind of weird about that.
See if it floats.
But she did do a great job. The USS Evelyn, we're going to hold on to this. And if you or your dad are listening, just know that we've got this right here in the studio, and we absolutely love it.
And she autographed it for us, too.
She did. Yep. That was cool.
What a nice moment that was. Oh, and, I mean, not to bang a dead horse here, but after our appearance at the fair, where a lot of pictures were taken, Josh, my wife, let me see some of these pictures that ended up on social media, and a lot of people were saying it finally happened. Josh took some normal-looking photos.
You know, that was funny. Ashley. By the way, Ashley's doing great.
Who the hell is Ashley?
She's our co-worker.
Oh.
Yeah, our co-worker, Ashley. She's on maternity leave. We're going to hear from Ashley today, by the way, in the news. She asked if she could join. But Ashley sent me some screenshots.
Screenshots.
I'm not on social media, so she sent me some screenshots from social media and some of the comments people were making.
I'm right, though. I think, but am I right? You saw some positive comments about the way you looked in the pictures from the state fair. Positive comments. People were not breaking your balls like they have in the past, right?
Yeah, correct.
There was one or two. Go ahead. What are some of the statements?
Shoot, I'm so bad. I deleted all my texts.
And because Josh always, we were talking about this last week. Josh always photographs so horribly. Finally, we had a weekend we had a scene, a setting at the fair on Saturday where you did take some pictures and you looked quite confident and quite happy. Where that's not always never the case before. Never the case before did you look. Usually you look horrified.
Yeah.
Can you explain why things were different in this situation?
I have no idea. And actually, I thought as she was taking it, I had in my head like, oh no, this is gonna be another bad one. And this was somebody from work that took it, so they're gonna post this. I know. I mean, I've never once said, hey, can I take a look at that first? I guess I don't really care. What am I going to do?
Why would you?
Yeah, I'm not going to get in somebody's way if that's what they want to do, but I never thought of that until right this second.
Well, what were some of the comments now that you were just sifting through?
I'm an idiot. I delete my texts, and I know you can go recover them, but I delete those too. I get so anal about it.
Oh, my God, you delete the deletes?
I have problems with that. Ashley, if you're listening, do you mind sending me that screenshot again?
Okay. You deleted the comments. I remember, all I can tell you this. All I can tell you is this, is how I should have put that. There were a lot of people saying, finally, some pictures of Josh where he doesn't look like he's in absolute terror. The one that cracked me up the most, and somebody must have zoomed in on some of these pictures because they were group pictures. And not like they were close-ups of us. They were group pictures. Somebody must have zoomed in, and this one grabbed me. My wife showed me. Some dude said, damn, Nick wasn't kidding about how jacked his feet are.
Somebody texted about that this morning, too.
Yeah, because I was wearing, of course, my flip-flops to the event on Saturday. Yes, I wasn't kidding. They are jacked.
I want to say to George, we got to meet George. George is one of the nicest guys out there.
Oh, damn, I don't remember meeting George.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Maybe you just didn't register that
name.
It was the George.
Yeah, I know who George is.
Very powerful handshake. And I kind of was joking like that it really hurt. And because, he does have a powerful handshake. And he apologized there, and he just texted in to apologize. He's such a nice guy. I was joking around. You have a very nice, powerful handshake.
Sorry, George. You must have said your name, and I just didn't hear it.
Yeah, we met he and his wife towards the end, right there in front of the line. I think it was towards the end. Yeah, one of the nicest guys you could ever meet.
Well, hopefully Ashley could send you those comments that people were making about our pictures from the fair. And then I wandered around after our gig was over. I wandered around, huge crowd. Did you guys stick around or you went home?
No, we went home.
I was riding with the folks from here at the station. Everybody wanted to get going, so.
Walked around for quite a while afterwards. I even got a little piece of Insane in the Membrane.
Little Cypress Hill?
Cypress Hill was playing at the grandstand. I got a little piece of their live show, just hearing it as I was wandering around. They were saying awful things into the microphone. Awful things. Swear words. Over and over again, Josh. But I ended up running into one of our bros who we spoke with 2-3 weeks ago, a longtime old friend of the Half-Assed Morning Show, Clay Matvick.
Oh, the Clay Boy was there, huh?
The Clay Boy was there. If you remember,
was he working? Oh no, at the 4-H. Okay,
yes.
Gotcha.
If you remember when we talked to Clay 2-3 weeks ago, his son entered a steer into the steer contest, whatever it's called, at the state fair. And his son got second in the state.
That's cool.
Are you serious?
So I got to meet Jack, is his name, the kid. I got to meet Lindsay, Clay's wife, and talk to Clay for a while. That was really cool because just by chance I texted him and said, "Are you here? Is your boy's steer being shown at the cattle barn, or is there any chance that you're here?" And he said, "As a matter of fact, we're right now awaiting, this award ceremony." My kid got second place, so I went down to the barn, got to say hello to them before they, took the stage for this grand prize, or a second prize, but still pretty damn good when there were God knows how many steer involved in that. So I got to hang out with the Clay Boy for a little bit.
Very cool. Yeah. Still as handsome as ever, I'd imagine.
Oh, for Christ's sake, yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, Captain Gordon Shank from the State Patrol came over.
Oh, yeah.
And we had mentioned before that he's a handsome guy.
To the state fair thing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And we had mentioned, on the year that he's a good-looking guy. And people were like in awe. You heard some of those comments.
Oh, I was standing next to Dr. P. I thought he was weak in the knees. He's like, "Oh my God, you guys are not lying. That's a handsome dude right there."
Yeah, and some people from the Brother and Sisterhood were saying the same thing. Like, my God, is that Shank?
He wanted nothing to do with photos.
Oh, no, he wanted out of it. Yeah, because a few people were like, hey, can we take a picture with you? And maybe it's a work thing. He was in uniform, so maybe.
He showed up, he threw some fist bumps at us, and he got the hell out of there. I did not hear that. So the crowd was reeling at the sight of how handsome Gordon Shank is.
Yeah, it was kind of like if Brad Pitt walked in. People were like, who is that?
It's like flash bulbs going off,
That was funny. Okay, so thank you to Fun Size Sheezus. She sent me screenshots of some of the comments people are making on the one somewhat decent picture I took.
Yeah, sure.
So here we go. From Angie. Josh leveling up from basketball shorts to jeans, casual stance, hand in pocket, half smile, holding a water bottle, and only 2 name brands. Nice job.
That was something that my wife mentioned, too. She said, why are they picking on him for name brands? I said, well, last week they were busting his balls.
I was like a NASCAR driver.
Yeah, you had a Nike hat, an Adidas hooded sweatshirt, and North Face pants or something.
Yeah, you kind of went the opposite way. But yeah, I learned. I didn't know. I didn't even think about it until it was pointed out by somebody text in. And it makes sense. And he explained it to me, too, in an email saying the problem was it was 3 competing brands. Right? So,
I think it doesn't matter.
But it makes sense. I get it now. Now I understand.
So you were only displaying 2 separate brands on Saturday.
Because I had jeans on. So I didn't have the Adidas shorts, right?
Right.
So, yeah, the 2 brands. And then Kim said, I'm adulting. And Jared said, you took a good picture. What the F? Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
Right.
Now, that's how you take a picture, finally a decent picture.
What threw me when looking at these comments of the pictures of the 3-4 of us at the state fair, what threw me is the reaction I got for wearing a South Dakota State Jackrabbits T-shirt.
I got a weird amount of questions about that on social media over the weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What were people saying about it?
Well, they were wondering why he was wearing a Jackrabbit shirt.
Oh, I didn't see the whys. I just saw so many people saying, dude, yeah, go Jacks. Oh, wow, Nick is a Jackrabbits fan? That's awesome. Go Jacks. Jackrabbits rules. South Dakota State rules. I had no idea there were so many South Dakota State Jackrabbit athletic fans in town. I mean, obviously, they're just to the west of us and everything. But there's nothing really behind it other than a gal friend of mine, Stacy. You've met Stacy. Both of you have met Stacy on our booze cruises. She went to South Dakota State. She's a massive fan of their football program. Oh, no, it wasn't Stacy who gave me the shirt. At any rate, a different couple who comes to our casino deal in Wisconsin gave me the T-shirt. Stacy has given me South Dakota stuff over the years, too. But the specific T-shirt I was wearing Saturday was given to me by a pair of listeners who come see us at Turtle Lake, Wisconsin. So
Is it that Wisconsin couple? Like they wear Wisconsin gear a lot?
No, they wear South Dakota State gear.
They do wear South. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, it's just a T-shirt, and I mean, I don't know the first thing about South Dakota State football. It's just a T-shirt, but I just thought it was really funny and fun. How many people thought it was so cool, or you know, so many people said, "Yeah, I'm a Jackrabbits fan."
You know who approves via text here? Jackrabbit Jesus.
Oh, wow.
Did you even know there was a Jackrabbit
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So that was cool. That was interesting, too. I never thought I'd get so much reaction over a T-shirt.
Oh, and our promotions department, I want to thank them for all their hard work at the fair. They had a great idea. We had Ashley on a stick. They took a photo of Ashley and put it on a stick for us to carry around. That was very cool. And I know she appreciated that as well.
So she's still on maternity leave?
I know, I can't believe it.
This is week 2 of 6.
6?
Which we've heard is not.
I heard she quit.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I do kind of wonder if she's really going to like sleeping in. There is a little bit of a fear that maybe she's going to say, what am I doing getting up that early?
So, again, to wrap it up, we can't thank you enough again. Friday night, for all your support and all the money you raised for the Randy Shaver Cancer Research Fund, the listeners who showed up. Saturday, I mean, you created a line that snaked its way across the entire state fair to come see us at our little 93X booth. You made us look cool. Thanks, everyone. And we hope to see you soon. Next up will be our
boat cruise.
Infect the River here in about
a month.
A little less than a month.
Then
There you
after
go.
that, our casino broadcast at some point. When are we supposed to announce that?
I don't know. I haven't heard Dick Tracy about
I
that
haven't
just
either.
yet.
I mean, they gave us some tentative dates. I'd love just to say them now, but I don't want it to change and then look like a jackass. So that is going to happen in October.
What did I miss otherwise on the weekend, Cubby? Talk to me.
Well, actually, we could probably announce it because it's on the website right now.
Oh, is it really?
It is.
That's fantastic.
That's great.
There's absolutely, and I know, I mean, people are crazy busy around here. I understand between vacations and then the state fair. I mean, the state fair just basically, it just all encompasses people's lives around here for a couple of weeks. So, okay, go ahead then. I don't have it open in front of me. What's the info?
Brotherhood Border Bash, St Croix Casino, Turtle Lake, October 16th through the 18th. Looks like you can buy your passes right now.
Well, I can't make the 16th through the 18th.
Yeah, I got something going on too.
We'll have to get back to folks on this. We'll have to alter that date.
So 2 nights lodging.
I can't do 2 nights. I'm sorry.
No, we can't make it.
Thursday night welcome reception with us, hanging out in the sports book like we usually do.
Oh, we can't make it.
But we have to be on the air on Friday.
Yeah.
All right, no, we're kidding
I
around.
know.
October 16th through the 18th. Thursday night we hang out. Friday we do a live broadcast. Saturday we go home.
Yep, we go home. Group dinner Friday night with the Half-Ass Morning Show. Oh, wow, look at this. Friday night concert, Puddle of Mud and Alien Ant Farm.
Are you serious?
That's what it says.
Wow.
Well,
Again, I'm just reading off the website, not an email anybody sent us internally to let us know about this.
Well, that's crazy that somebody asked me over the weekend, hey, when is this thing? I'm like, I don't know. I don't even know when we're going to announce it. And I did tell them, like, hey, here's a tentative date, but don't hold me to it. Okay, so October 16th through the 18th. There it is.
Yep. You can book your spot calling St. Croix Casino, Turtle Lake. Ask for the 93X hotel package. We're doing it again.
Wow, and we're getting, like, more famous bands. I mean, last year we had Jackal, and this year we get Alien Ant Farm and Puddle of Mud.
I'll be damned. Well, there you go. Just when we thought we didn't know, we know.
We know.
Here's a text that has come in about our state fair pictures from last Saturday. Listener says, it's crazy to think there's a dude out there that zoomed in on your feet and then would comment on another dude's feet. Wow. Well, I started it. I'm the one who, for years, has been saying I have the most horrible feet in Hennepin County. So I don't blame someone for being curious. If there's a picture out there of me with flip-flops on, I don't blame them for zooming in to see if everything I was saying was true. And they found out it is. And this is the best they've looked in years. Just
Absolutely.
for the record, this is the best they've looked in years. Oh, man. So what else is going on? Anything else from the weekend?
No, I mean, I was with you guys the whole weekend, so yesterday was basically a whole lot of nothing.
I hear you.
Although I did think I pretty much was going to no longer have use of my right arm. I was cleaning a bathroom, and it's pretty tight, this bathroom.
Uh-oh.
And as I pulled my arm back from cleaning the toilet, I hit it so hard on the toilet paper dispenser, I thought, well, my right arm is absolutely useless.
The funny bone?
Oh, God, it was so bad. I don't know why was I so violent pulling my arm away?
Because you wanted to get it done.
I guess that's it.
You wanted to get it done.
I felt pretty darn stupid. Oh, and then 2 days, I forgot about this on Saturday. I really have been better at keeping my composure with pure terror.
Keeping your composure.
You guys probably didn't even notice this. A giant bug landed on my arm while we were out there Saturday.
Why are bugs always jumping on?
I don't know. It's twice in a week.
Okay, while we're at the fair Saturday.
Yeah, the first time I was out at some scrimmages for my son in Farmington, big field, and a bug landed on my leg when I was talking to a bunch of guys, and I had to pretend it didn't bother me, even though it stung me or something, and it felt like pure electricity. But yeah, this giant bug, right in the middle of, we're talking to somebody.
And you didn't scream?
No, I didn't scream at all. I just
for
kind
you.
of brushed it off casually. Inside, I was screaming.
Was that before or after one of the few times you got very close, not quite close enough as I wanted, to touching my penis?
Oh, yeah, I don't know what it was, but my hand and your penis must have been magnetized.
It was like they were gravitating towards each other.
You're right. There's a couple times I came very close to at least brushing it.
Mm-hmm. Why were you? What happened here?
When we were taking photos, everybody would kind of huddle in.
Yeah.
And it just so happened that my hand would almost graze his penis. And it happened like 4 times.
I loved every second of it.
I bet you'd have to get pretty close to his body for that.
Yes, very close.
We were pretty close to each other through that. We were standing side by side, and then, like you said, you kind of huddle in for the photo, and then you get so close every time.
Well,
But
here's a
not
nice text message here from Clock-Sucking Jesus, who says, finally got to meet you after listening for 10-plus years. I kept it short. The line was long. It meant the world to me. Thank you very much. Well, that's far too kind on your part, Clock-Sucking Jesus.
Yeah, the feeling's mutual. That was fun meeting you and meeting the folks that came out. It was very unexpected on Saturday. So thank you.
Yeah, I kind of thought we'd just be able to sit down in a chair and maybe nod off a little bit, but it was 1 hour and 45 minutes of straight jaw-jacking.
We're so close to the pork chop on a stick stand, I thought I would definitely have time to wander over there and get one while we were there, but no time. Saying hi to all the nice people out there.
It was a hell of a deal.
People are wondering at the casino if they can take bets on one particular member of one particular band showing up. I had that thought as well, just so you know. Just so you know, I also had that exact same thought.
Is there a band out of the 2 that you mentioned who's a little iffy?
There's possibly. I mean, what do I know? I mean, you could Google something if you really wanted to. But
Okay.
I was kind of wondering if
I personally don't know these, so I'm interested in this now because I don't know the
I'll
story.
give you a name to Google.
Okay.
Afterwards.
Okay. So a member of one of these bands is a little iffy.
Possibly. I'm just saying, there's people that have said that before, and there's news organizations who have written about it. But what do I know?
Skateboard Pete Jesus wants to know if he can bunk with me or you in Wisconsin, and we'll split the cost.
Absolutely. Why not? I got
a list right here of why not.
Oh, you do?
Skateboard Pete Jesus is not spending any time in my room with me.
But what if we have another one of those nice bubble bath parties?
Well, then he can stop by.
Yeah,
He's talking about bunking with us.
Oh, I'm fine with it.
For Christ's sake.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Guy will be up all night watching old Christian Hosoi videos or something. I'm not bunking with Skateboard Pete.
It's been a while since I've watched some of those. I'd love to.
He's going to be up all night watching Lance Mountain videos. I'm going to throw you now with my old skateboard knowledge. He's going to be up all night watching videos of Tony McAlpine.
Yeah, I'm fine with that, too.
Maybe that's a guitar player. I can't quite keep him straight.
It is. HVAC/R.
Was it Chris McAlpine? No, that's the guy who went to U of M, played hockey. Who was the skateboarder? I'm going to look it up. Who was the skateboarder with the name of McAlpine? Go ahead, Josh.
HVAC/R and Stuff Jesus went the other way with the state fair. He knew we were going to be out there on Saturday, as we had publicized, so he decided not to go over the weekend, just in case he ran into us. That's fine. I understand. There's a little for everybody out there.
Oh, for God's sake.
Dana was not bricked up when I almost touched his penis from #BringOnTheConJesus. Not that I'm aware of.
Bricked up is such a dumb term, but kind of funny.
Fair enough. Maybe there was no skateboarder named McAlpine. I don't know what I'm talking about. We might as well get going again on this beautiful Monday morning. Later on, Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder will be stopping by. Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder together again. When we come back, we'll hit up the stupid news. You're a great crowd. Thanks for listening to the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey friends, Dana here. And yeah, sure, we got plenty of summer left, but we all know what comes next when the weather shifts from crotch soup season to frozen shriveled peas season. That's why I love my pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. It's the perfect time to get them out and take a peek at both your AC and your furnace. Book your AC tune-up by August 21st and save $45 or save $90 when you bundle both. It's the early bird deal and it's the way to go for peace of mind on both ends. Go to standardheating.com and make sure to mention 93X when you book.
2 hours ago, Kyle arrived at the bar.
Hey, what's everyone drinking?
30 minutes ago, Kyle got his friends another round of drinks.
Cheers!
5 minutes ago, Kyle decided to drive home drunk. A minute ago, A law enforcement officer pulled up behind Kyle.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
A chain of events that began 2 hours ago is about to change Kyle's whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
This episode brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Shifting a little money here, a little there, and hoping it all works out? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can get a better budgeter and potentially lower your insurance bill too. You tell Progressive what you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll help find you options within your budget. Try it today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Stupid news on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
The friggin' stupid news. I'll tell you.
Guys, mind if I do a quick shout-out first?
Absolutely
they
not.
Need an early one. Chaos Coordinator Sheezus. I'm sorry I don't have the name, but she is bringing her kid to the first day of elementary school.
That's a big one.
That is a big day. You know, we had met a few kids on Saturday at the fair. Again, thanks for the folks that came out and saw us. That was a lot of fun. They were getting ready to start kindergarten, or this was a big year for them. Pretty excited about that.
I'll be damned. So Chaos Coordinator Sheezus is driving her child. Well, wait a minute. It's 6:24. What the hell time do they start elementary school these days?
Maybe it's early, I guess.
Good God.
I also liked how many people came through the line of the state fair and said, hey, you know, I started listening to the show with my dad when I was 5 years old. And I thought that was pretty cool.
That's wrong.
Felt pretty old about. I thought that was kind of a mean statement, actually.
Oh, you guys took it personally?
Yeah, a lot of those people that said that had beards, both men and women. I thought that's not cool. And once again, thanks to Evelyn. She made us the USS Evelyn. She made us a little boat at what she called the Home Depot little area there at the grandstand. So if you or your father are listening, we want to say again, we really appreciate it. We love it. And it is now the official boat mascot here at the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. We've got it in our studio. So you'll have to come visit us, and you can see it floating right on the table.
There it is.
Look at this, guys.
There it goes. All right. Everyone should be able to have some fun with this right here. I don't care who you are. A young gal in a place called Kennewick, Washington. She got pinched driving her motor vehicle 74 miles per hour in a 35 mile per hour zone. Speaking of kids, that sounds like an easy way to kill a kid or two on a bicycle, doesn't it, Josh?
Yeah,
Going
no kidding, man.
74 and a 35. Here's the fun part. Stupid ass was on her way to the local courthouse to pay off a prior speeding ticket. Oh, by the way, someone just texted in and said, my daughter starts 7:45 a.m. kindergarten in Stillwater.
That's
7:45.
That's when we started high school.
Yeah. Things are very different now. Lots and lots of years have gone by, but I think when I was going to elementary school, I don't think we started school until 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the same as a couple years ago, but a couple years ago in our district, they had to stagger start times simply because they didn't have enough bus drivers. So they kind of changed up when kids would go to school.
Yeah, I think Lice had retired.
Your bus driver?
Yeah.
Chaos Coordinator Sheezus got back to us. First year and last year of elementary school to Nevada and Isaac. So good luck to you guys. You're going to love it.
Poor Licehead. He didn't have that coming.
Did he retire, or was he an older gentleman?
Oh, he's probably dead by now, for Christ's sake, Josh. I was
Lice-related?
Could be. My last day of elementary school was the spring of 1984. So I don't think Licehead is still around. But he was our elementary school bus driver, and he had a head full of lice. But luckily, we never said a word to him.
Well, you were very kind.
We and the other boys on the bus, we never said anything to him about it.
Oil Spill Jesus said, speaking of mascots, what happened to David Lee Rock? The last I heard is he rage quit. That's the last. I don't have a lot of information on that.
I did see the costume in the back recently, so it's still there.
Here's the thing. A year or two ago, we came up with this radio station mascot. Brilliant name, David Lee Rock. But if you saw him in public, you should have known. That costume's not going to last longer than 1 calendar year. For God's sake. Speaking of school, that costume looked like it was made in junior high home ec. That thing was not going to hold together longer than 1 calendar year.
Kind of looked like one of those costumes where, say, you needed to have something for school to show and you'd forgot and you did it the night before real quick just to have something.
I remember being very excited the first time David Lee Rock was sprung on the public. And when I saw the costume, I said to myself, that's it? That friggin' thing, it was garbage.
And the costume, too, and this is no knock on the people who wore the costume, it's tough to have spatial awareness in that thing. It was very big, and when you try to walk around at, say, a bar gig or something, you were knocking pitchers over and tables over left and right.
I thought he did a great job in that thing. Personally, I thought he was a very good mascot. But, yeah, like I said, I heard he rage quit.
All right, back to this gal going 74 and a 35. Gets pulled over. And she says, I'm actually on my way to the local courthouse to pay off a prior speeding ticket. 21 years old, this gal. Jasmine is the name. And she now has 2 tickets she needs to deal with. And I'm telling you, Cubby, when this gal wants to break driving laws, she really knows how to get it done. Not only was she driving double the speed limit, but she was also illegally passing another vehicle by driving into oncoming traffic. So this time around, she was straight up arrested for reckless driving. And I told you, she knows how to get it done. She was also driving without that insurance, and she was operating a vehicle without a valid license. So with all that combined, she got herself arrested. She admitted she was on her way to the local courthouse to pay for a prior speeding ticket that she got only 17 days earlier.
I'm thinking she might be just a smidge moron. Just a little tiny bit of a moron. I don't think they're
a moron, quarter moron?
Yep.
You're only the second person I've ever heard break down an insult into fractions.
Well, because there's probably redeeming qualities about her, and I like to think she's young enough there's hope. But so far, she's not very good at learning lessons.
I like the way you put it. Half a moron. The only other person I've ever heard speak that way was my late father. We were ice fishing one day many years ago, and there's a little knock on the fish house, and it was a dude from Australia, I believe, and his little Australian child, and they'd never walked on ice before, and they had come to the fish house just to randomly ask us how it's done. And the adult, the kid was very cute. The kid even looked at my dad and said, in an Australian accent, which I couldn't duplicate, the little kid even said to my dad, "Aren't you too old to fish?" Which was kind of funny, right? But his dad he kind of had an edge to him. Everything he was asking about, he almost seemed like he was challenging on us. That's not the way to put it. It almost was if he was challenging us on everything he was asking about, is the way I meant to say that. So when they finally left, my dad waited until their footsteps faded away, and my dad said, the old man there, he was kind of half a prick. Big Al was there, too, and Big Al agreed. Big Al said, yeah, I think he was kind of half a prick. Okay, this gal in trouble now, reckless driving. 17 days prior, she got just a straight-up speeding ticket. If you look at it this way, the cops are only trying to keep this gal alive. It says here, national safety studies show repeat offenders are more likely to be involved in serious and fatal crashes. I don't know if I'd ever heard that before. Now, you're a guy, Josh, that we were just talking about this last week. You got 30-some career, under your belt right now, you have 30-some career speeding tickets.
And, yeah, that was between the age of 16 and 24.
Which is obscene, Cubby.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's obscene.
I'm embarrassed by it. It was stupid.
Did you ever know that you being a repeat offender were at a higher risk of, how did I say this, serious and fatal crashes?
I'm sure had I thought about it, certainly, but I just never considered I could hurt someone or, I thought, well, if I hurt myself, I'm not saying I wanted to hurt myself, but, that's the risk I took just to drive fast. But I'd never considered I could do some damage to somebody else or affect their life in a negative way.
And obviously, you've changed your ways. You haven't had a ticket since you were 24.
Yeah, I haven't been pulled over, thankfully.
Which is 25 years ago.
1999 is the last time I was ever pulled over.
Let me ask you, were any of your speeding tickets the result of a code brown?
No, I wish I could say I had a real reason. I just, you know what I found? I was thinking about this because we talked about it Friday. I was listening to Lynch Mob's first album, which, by the way, still sounds great after 35 years.
Sure.
I mean, just the recording quality, everything. George Lynch, genius.
George Lynch, Mick Brown. The lead singer was
Oni Logan.
Oni Logan.
Great singer.
Who was Jeff Pilson wasn't on bass, was he? No. Jeff went with Don. Anyway, go ahead.
So I realized I go my 4 over, so no one thinks I'm a nerd or up to any funny business. Which I think if you're going exactly the speed limit, people think, what's going on with that person? Why are they going the speed limit? Are they riding dirty?
You worry about things like that, yeah.
But I noticed I was going 9 over.
9 over.
And I realized I usually don't listen to music in the car unless somebody else is with me. I'm listening to books or a podcast or something
books.
like that.
My God.
I love listening to them.
No one loves listening to books. But anyway, go ahead.
Those of us that love listening to books do. I can tell you that much.
I don't know anybody who loves listening to books.
And there's a smidge of us out there. Maybe 3/4 of us are out there. And I realized, I wonder if I'd get more speeding tickets if I'm listening to Oni Logan belting out Lynch Mob hits all the time.
You were going faster, you think, because of the music.
It's got to be.
Yeah, I've been caught up in that myself. Were you ever racing your past speeding tickets? Were you ever racing to a physical encounter with a foxy lady?
Well, no, but on the way home from one, not that I was trying to get away from her, but the longest I ever drove, and she was worth it, to get some action.
Because you can't drive away from an unplanned pregnancy, Josh. You can't.
As much as you might try.
As much as you might try, just driving fast away from the scene.
And the world's so small now, you can't even fly away from one. They'll catch you.
So
They'll figure it out.
You never got a speeding ticket racing to the arms of a woman?
No, it's never a good reason.
Were you showing off for your bros?
Nope.
Okay. You just like to go fast.
I just like to drive fast.
Oh, what the hell? I'm crumpling up a story I haven't read yet.
Oh, yeah. Somebody commented on that. They want to know why you hate paper so much.
I hate trees.
And why do you want to do it in the microphone, they asked.
You know I hate trees.
You do hate trees.
Where did this paper come from?
Like a tree.
I will kill it.
Is it revenge because of the tree that shattered your new shed that you got within like 3 weeks of putting in your backyard?
I hate trees.
Yep, you do.
Oh, geez, Jesus wants to know, with all the tickets, were you speeding from your feelings? No, I wasn't speeding away from my feelings. It's like they say, feelings are the same way. Like I had a manager at GJ Super Value back in the day. He would always say, wherever you go, there you are.
Wherever you go, there you are.
Have you heard that before?
Yes, I have.
That's deep, man.
And yeah, think about that. Your feelings are going to be there no matter how fast you travel. No matter the notes Oni Logan or George Lynch are hitting.
Why do you always leave out Mick Brown?
I didn't mean to leave out Mick Brown.
Here's a listener talking about a minute ago. Josh listens to books on his radio while driving, which is just the dorkiest thing I've heard all day. A listener texted in to say he used to listen to scary stories on YouTube during long drives. Do you guys know that there are scary stories on YouTube?
No, I guess everything's on YouTube, so why would
Give us more details on that. What is there a name of a channel or something on YouTube where you listen to scary stories? What are you talking about? I'm interested in that because years ago when I used to do a lot of bar gigs, you do these 10 to midnight bar gigs. You know, I used to, years ago, I'm sorry, I smoked pot before we started this break. I smoked some pot.
Oh, pot's so good. I love having the pot every once in a while.
When I would do Friday night bar gigs at the bowling alley down there in Apple Valley, Josh. Bogarts. I used to do 10 to midnight bar gigs at Bogarts in Apple Valley on Friday nights years ago. And I would listen to WCCO had
oh, yeah.
the old Theater of the Mind.
Those were great.
Murder,
late at night.
Late at night murder mystery type broadcasts.
I loved listening to
with
those.
the sound effects of the footsteps.
Yep.
the detective approached the door. Ka-clump, 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 ka-clump. With all the sound effects. I got into that for a stretch of time on my way home from Apple Valley. I'd listen to the scary stories on WCCO. So get back to me. What are these YouTube?
Do they still run those?
I have no
stay up
idea.
that late anymore. But those were awesome. So much fun. There's podcasts like that now that have that production value.
It sounds great, but as you know, I still don't fully grasp what a podcast is or where to find one. Okay, here's the guy. Creepypasta is a good one, but there's a lot of different ones, basically audio books.
It's killing me, and I feel so bad because there's a local guy who we used to know. He's big into MMA, and he started like a horror. Is it Small Town Stories? I'm sorry, I don't know the name, but I'm sure somebody could help me. Very, very talented guy, and he's got a really big podcast, or a couple of them now, doing some of those scary stories. I love those with the production values, and good on WCCO for playing those. I wonder if they still do, because those were very entertaining.
Probably, yes. The storyteller would say, and they walked down the trail in the dead of night. And yes, a listener asked, and they would play the sound effects, Josh, of footsteps.
They would, yes.
Footsteps. All right, the motivation behind this here deal is unclear to me as we're continuing on here with the stupid news. The motivation here is unclear other than, there they go. That's the kind of stuff they would do.
Yeah.
Knocking on the door, is that what that is? Or
Those are actually footsteps.
those are still footsteps?
Oh, yeah, they're running. That is not running footsteps.
Not very fast, at least.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. They fell. Kind of sounds like they're stabbing somebody. Oh, no, they're on a treadmill. That's not very scary.
No, there's nothing scary about. Well, I suppose there is some fear involved for me personally in getting on a treadmill. This, to me, just sounds like a simple case of indecent exposure. This song and dance, another disturbed individual who gets off on other people looking at his little pee-pee. A 26-year-old dude from Germany went on vacation to a place called Malta, wherever the hell that is. The dude got himself arrested fairly quickly once he got there for driving a motorcycle through town ass naked. The kid goes by the name of Amin or something like that. So instead of hanging out and relaxing on his vacation, he spent most of his time in jail and in a courtroom to get this nonsense sorted out. There are terrible videos of the dude going around where he's riding around town naked. His dirty little German ass cheeks grinding into the seat of that motorcycle, his little bratwurst exposed to the world. He was wearing a brain bucket, if that matters at all to you, so at least he had some level of rational thought happening. He rented a motorcycle in town for his little stupid naked ride. I'm sure the rental joint's pretty happy about that.
Yeah, no kidding.
Now they got to make the new guy get out a rag and a bottle of 409 and try to wash the taint stains off the seat of that bike. They got to rent that motorcycle again. Word is, Du Haas there, the German guy with the D swinging, he was very effing apologetic when it was over, when they caught him. But he's now lost his driver's license for 6 months now. But I don't think he cares. He did what he aimed to do. He showed his little Frankfurter to the people of Malta. Mission accomplished. Pecker flashers, I know these things because I grew up with a career pecker flasher. They don't care about the consequences. They just need to get that fix. It's like a drug for them. The fix is they get the horrified looks from strangers. That's what they need.
Is it a sexual thing or just a power thing or just
It's a little of both. Again, I speak from experience. I grew up with a career pecker flasher. Yes, it was slightly sexual. I don't think you could ever question that. I mean, that's obvious. But it was more about, yes, like a feeling of power, getting a shocked or disgusted look from the stranger. It's a real sick, twisted operation, Cubby. Especially if I think about my buddy who I grew up with, who was a career pecker flasher. Unfortunately, and this happens sometimes, pecker flashing can evolve into something far more dangerous, and that's what happened with my pal.
It's the gateway drug of weird sexual things.
All right. We're staying with the motor vehicle theme here. Next up, we want to tell you about a video. And F me running. It is fun to watch. It really is. It's a video of one of the absolute worst attempts at towing a motor vehicle that I've seen in a while. Maybe ever. Is this up on our website?
Yeah, I think they bumped it up.
A terrible do-it-yourself tow job. Tow job, I said. Grow up. All of it recorded on surveillance video. The failed self-tow took place in Washington. I think this is our second trip to Washington in the stupid news. And it made for a runaway car to slam into a storefront multiple times before the dumb bastard finally gave up trying to tow the vehicle. I'll tell you what I have here. There's a lot to this, so be patient with me. The local cops were called to a restaurant in a strip mall around 6 a.m. on July 30th, so about a month ago. Local cops were called to a restaurant in a strip mall at around 6 a.m. The folks at the restaurant said they just showed up and saw that a car had plowed into their joint. And the maroon sedan that had obviously blasted a hole in the restaurant was just sitting there abandoned in the strip mall parking lot. It was obvious this was the car. It was damaged to beat hell, and there it sat. So, now the day before, a dude driving that same maroon sedan had walked into the restaurant and said, "Hey, look, I'm sorry, but my car died here in front of your joint. I'm sorry for the inconvenience, but I'll come back when I can and tow the pig out of here." And the folks in the restaurant said, "Word." Well, dude did come back at about 4 o'clock in the morning the next day, driving a different car with one of those tow dollies, Josh. You know the tow dolly.
Yep.
He meant to hook up that maroon vehicle and tow it the hell out of there. But when everyone got a look at the surveillance video, it was clear that this dude had zero idea what he was doing. And it turned into one of the great disasters of this century.
It's kind of hard to believe how much he screwed it up. I could see myself I could probably see myself doing the same thing. He also had a lot of trouble with his pants. Did you notice that in the video?
I did notice at one point his pants would not stay up.
Yeah, his pants refused to stay up, which kind of adds to the comedy.
He likes a really oversized pair of pants.
He does.
Okay. Dude tried multiple times to properly hook that dead vehicle up to the tow dolly and tow it away. But each time, the car would roll off the dolly, and thanks to a downhill grade to the strip mall parking lot, the effing car would roll smooth through the front of that restaurant.
I'll tell you what, that first time, he had a brush with death. He's trying to stop. At one point, do you realize this car is very heavy and it's moving very fast? I'm not going to be able to stop.
You're right.
This thing.
The first time it cut loose from that tow dolly, it rolled for a while before he realized it, and then he sprinted up to the side of the car, hung on to that damn. He is lucky he didn't get run over. So this happened over and over again. Attempted hookup, whoops, roll, crash. Attempted hookup, whoops, roll, crash. You got to see the video. It's worth the effort to find it on 93x.com.
A friend of mine's daughter, maybe a year into driving, she was pulling into a parking garage, and on either side were one of those big yellow concrete barriers, I guess, or a pylon. I don't know what you call it.
Sure,
what I'm talking about?
Pylon.
Yeah, kind of looks like a wiener.
Okay, pulling into
parking lot.
Parking lot.
So she pulls into a spot, and she just obliterates the driver's side. It just scrapes the whole thing. So then she backs out and does it again and takes the mirror off. She overcorrected and did the same thing on the right side. That car was totaled. The pictures were kind of hilarious. Poor kid.
Oh, yeah, that sucks.
Can you imagine?
That's a tough phone call to make.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would just think, okay, I'm going to report the car stolen.
Yeah.
I can't take responsibility for
I'm
this.
just going to leave the keys here and go live in the woods from now on. This is my new existence.
Bollard. Thank you. That's the word.
What word?
I was looking for the word bollard.
That's the name of that glowing pylon?
Yeah, I think that's what they call that.
This dude, I mean, he tried like hell. He was determined as hell. He snapped, I don't know how many tow straps in the process, trying to tow this vehicle, and each time it would cut loose, it would roll, and it would smash into that same strip mall restaurant. Before it was all said and done, he finally found a tow strap to hold this vehicle, but he couldn't control the sumbitch as he towed it. He hit some trees. He hit a retaining wall. He hit a curb. And he finally gave up and just got the hell out of there and left the vehicle right where it started from. And now the police are looking for him. Just an absolute catastrophe. Love the video.
That's a talent, being able to pull a trailer. I was just okay at it when I used to landscape, the landscape trailers.
Sure.
The heavier ones were almost a little easier versus the ones kind of bouncing all over the place. But yeah, I was never really good at it. I got a buddy who could back up a trailer into anything. And I'm sure your dad was the same way.
Unbelievable what he could do.
Yeah.
Unbelievable what he could do. That's a skill set.
It really is. It's impressive, especially the people that can just go right into it.
Yeah. He could give him anything. A bus, a 30-foot trailer, a flatbed. It didn't matter. He was boats, anything. That's just that was just his profession.
Yeah, it's impressive to me.
You're talking about this teenage kid who gong showed a bollard.
Bollard. Two of them. Yep.
One of the funniest things I've ever seen. One of my buddy's sons maybe had a license for a week. We were all hanging out at Buffalo Wild Wings one night, all the grown folks. And in walks one of my buddies, the one I was just referring. Here comes this kid, 16-year-old kid, and he walks into Buffalo Wild Wings because he knew we were there. And he had the most horrified look on his face. And he says, you guys got to come outside and help me with something. He had, new driver, he had parked so close to another vehicle. I really don't know how he was able to pull into this parking spot as close as he was without doing any damage. You could not drop a quarter, Josh, between those two vehicles.
Wow.
And he said, how do I get out of this? I effed up. I don't know how I can get out of this. So we, as a group, physically picked up his little, I think he had a little Ford Ranger, and were able to kind of lift and bounce it to the right enough to where he could back out. Other than that, it was like a magic trick, dude.
That's impressive. Mm-hmm. I had a buddy do that to me. I was meeting him, and he pulled up, and I thought for sure, like, he's going to hit my car. He was so close, but he maintained enough of a distance where he didn't. But I thought for sure, well, there goes the side of my vehicle. We picked up a person's car here. Well, I guess it was our old building in Golden Valley. And we thought they'd think it was funny. We just moved it over 2 spaces.
Well, I don't recall that.
You weren't involved.
You moved it 2 parking spaces?
Yeah, wow. Well, it was a Ford Fiesta, and there was like 8 of us.
But still, that's a car.
It was super. Honestly, it was a lot easier than I thought.
Really?
Yeah, there was 8 of us, and we moved it. Just kind of picked up a little bit.
And they didn't find it funny?
No, not at all. I would have thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually kind of shocked. Yeah, they didn't think that was cool at all.
Oh. All right, this is cute right here. At least I think so. In Missouri, a firefighter by the name of Jenna, brand new to her department. A really podunk-sounding town, too. This gal is a member of the fire brigade. The crew is called the Doolittle Rural Fire Protection Gang. That's or something like that. The Doolittle Rural Fire Protection Group.
I wouldn't like the Doolittle in front of it.
Makes you sound
like you don't do anything.
Yeah, it makes you sound like a lazy prick.
Yeah, you probably get a lot of crap for that.
So Jenna's the new gal on the fire brigade. She recently experienced her first real-life fire call. Off, she and the rest of the gang went a-racing through town to the scene of a burning tractor trailer that was hauling 40,000 pounds of ribeye steaks.
Oh, I bet that smelled good for a while.
To most of us, yeah, that would be one hell of a mouth-watering experience. But what makes this deal unique is that Jenna is what they call here a vegan, which I believe means she doesn't eat any kind of animal carcass.
Correct. So she's somebody that doesn't want to eat animal carcass. She's around all this burning animal flesh, and she's the new girl?
Oh, no.
What was she doing?
You know what that means. You know what she was doing.
I don't know what she
New
was doing.
girl's in the corner puking her guts out. So that's funny. Jenna's fire department, the Doolittle Rural Fire Protection Team, they posted something or another on social media that said, probably, that's not it. Probationary firefighter Jenna Ulrich is the only vegan on our department. So naturally, her very first fire involved a tractor trailer carrying 40,000 pounds of ribeye steak. Now, Cubby, I'm directing this next bit of information at you and you alone. Not Dana, not any of our listeners, because you're the only one I trust to handle this statement like an adult, okay?
All right. I hope I don't let you down.
No, you're the only one I trust to handle this. It says here, Jenna, the brand new firefighter gal on her first official fire call, she was handling the hose. I see you biting your lower lip. Don't do it. He's trembling. Don't do it. You're the only one.
All right. I don't want to let you down.
Thank you. Don't you friggin' look at me like that.
No,
She was handling the hose. Just deal with it.
I'm sending a message telepathically to Dana.
What are you telling Dana?
Well, it's a secret.
I was told I wasn't allowed to comment. He's talking specifically to you, Josh. He made that clear.
I'm not going to do it.
I
got a headache now.
I knew you could handle it.
Dana, turn my mic off. This is too tempting.
It also says that Jenna's dad is on the force, too, and his name is Glenn.
That's a good name.
Despite a job well done by all, including the new gal, firefighters were not able to save those ribeye steaks from getting scorched into dust. Jenna was on the hose. Thanks, Josh.
Hey, man, no problem. It reminds me, I went to school with a Jenna. She was only at our school in 8th grade. My school is K through 8. And she just came for 8th grade.
Uh-huh.
And can you guess the last name everybody gave her?
Okay, Jenna.
8th grade.
Begins with a T, the phony last name.
For the love of Pete.
Talia. So everyone.
Genitalia.
Yeah, genitalia.
That ain't right.
And by the way, if there's a Jenna out there who that hasn't been said about her, I apologize. After I said it, I realized I hope I'm not starting something. But everybody called her genitalia.
That is good stuff, but you were in 8th grade.
Yes.
You are a man's man for holding your mud with that line earlier.
It wasn't easy.
You're a man's man, and I knew I could trust you. I'll check the text.
I wouldn't do that.
Can I let you know something?
I'm going to check the text.
Don't check the. It's going to disappoint you.
I'm going to check them.
Sports on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
5 career grand slams as he swings and sends it high in the air. Left field and deep. Back it goes. He's done it again. Royce Lewis with a get-off-my-back grand slam swing here in Chicago.
The kid can hit grand slams.
Yeah, he's great.
No
man.
kidding.
Although on the
What a
year, I think
stud.
he's batting about 160 or something. You know what I'm talking about?
Didn't you hear Mr.
I'm sorry
Provis?
to
He
piss
just said
on
get
your
off his
parade.
back.
I'm sorry to piss on your parade, Josh, but I don't think, what's his name, Royce Lewis, has the greatest batting average, but he can hit home runs. What did I miss?
Oh, Corey Provis in the call said get off his back.
Oh, as in get off my ass about my batting average?
I think so, yes.
Oh, well, then I just got on his ass.
You did, yeah.
I did.
But you know what? Corey doesn't tell you what to do.
No, he does
You
not.
tell you what to do.
The Twins were absolute garbage yesterday in Chicago. Just garbage.
Told you.
What do you mean you told me?
I told you.
Yeah. Friday night at the chicken dinner, he said, I tell you what.
I don't remember.
Twins aren't going to win a game this weekend.
You didn't say dick about this series.
All right, fine. I'm stealing something that somebody else used to say all the time. But he meant it.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
I remember that.
Yeah, he wasn't doing a bit. He said, I told you. He wanted to be the guy.
There was a dude There was a dude years ago that used to always say, hey, man, told you. When he never said Dick Tracy.
Wait, when did you tell us?
When did you tell us that? Twins were garbage yesterday, pretty much all weekend. You know, coming up at 7:30, when Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder jump into the mix, we are going to discuss an article from Bro Bible or something about the best fantasy football team names that they know of and that they can print on their website without getting in trouble. You know, there's always that asterisk there. The best fantasy football team names that they know of. Help us out if you wouldn't mind. If you've got yourself a funny, cute, fresh little fantasy football team name, we'd love to hear it because a lot of this stuff can be fun. 651-989-9393. So then later when we have this conversation with Randy and Brad, maybe we can dump some of your funny fantasy football team names into the mix.
It's like funny boat names. I love those too. The fantasy football names can get so creative.
Oh. Can you think of a great boat name that you saw in the past?
The C Word.
Oh. Yeah. C
From Arrested Development, wasn't that?
Yeah, that's right. Right. I knew I couldn't place it, though.
Yeah,
Thank you.
C Word, I thought that was pretty
friggin' good one.
Cirrhosis of the River.
You see, we drink when we go out on the boat, so we are on the cirrhosis of the... Real quick before we go, Josh, we were discussing earlier that you enjoy listening to books on CD. What do you do?
Well, on Audible.
On Audible, whatever that is. That's on your. Is that your cell phone?
Yes.
You enjoy listening to books, audio.
Very
books.
much so. And as a matter of fact, when I go through an author's entire catalog, there's almost a little bit of sorrow when I'm like I just finished all the Brad Thor books. For those that know.
Again, where do you have the time for this?
Car.
When you're driving.
Yeah.
Well, how much driving do you do?
Do you live in Brainerd?
44 minutes a day. 22 here.
Wow.
Well, maybe a little longer on the way back.
That's insane that you have time to do such things because I know you're a busy little peckerhead otherwise.
In the car, then nothing else to do other than every once in a while pay attention to traffic.
Have you heard of this? A listener texted in, a young lady who says her boyfriend's dad watches books on television.
No.
She says...
Are they thinking of TV shows and movies? What do they mean by that?
My boyfriend's dad watches books on television. Words in really big captions. So he's like reading. Look it up. Maybe it's something new you might get into. I don't think she's referencing regular captions when you're watching a television show. She says the sumbitch sits there and just watches words go by on his television.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that before. They make that in book form too.
Yes.
Where you just
but the words aren't as big, I don't think, as
and somebody's not reading them to you.
Yeah, not reading them to him. Anyway, look it up. We'll be back in a minute with Josh's news report.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey friends, Dana here. And yeah, sure, we got plenty of summer left, but we all know what comes next when the weather shifts from crotch soup season to frozen shriveled peas season. That's why I love my pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. It's the perfect time to get them out and take a peek at both your AC and your furnace. Book your AC tune-up by August 21st and save $45 or save $90 when you bundle both. It's the early bird deal and it's the way to go for peace of mind on both ends. Go to standardheating.com and make sure to mention 93X when you book.
Welcome to NFL Flag.
Are you ready? Yeah! Are you ready? Yeah!
No matter who you are, lace up your cleats, smear on your eye black, step out on the field and chase something. Chase a goal.
Let's get it.
Chase the big time.
Get that, ladies.
Chase rings. Chase gold medals. Chase all of it. It's all up for grabs now. NFL Flag. Chase something. Visit NFLflag.com to find a league and start the chase today.
YouTube personality Benny Johnson has cracked the code on a new era of newsmaking.
And you know, we have some major members of the White House team that will be joining the program. I know it makes you uncomfortable. It makes me uncomfortable. But ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you just gotta dive right in and say, well.
It's a new cultural landscape.
This is the proper messaging. Thank you. Let's rock and roll.
The Benny Show. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
You're listening to the radio. The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
They will be convincing when you see them. You may be listening to this right now and think this would never happen to me, but I'm telling you they are that good and it can happen to you.
Police in Alberta are once again warning the public about what might be the most Canadian-sounding crime spree imaginable. A string of distraction thefts which rely on politeness and kindness, where strangers approach with hugs or heartbreaking stories and then walk away with the valuables of unsuspecting, good-hearted Canadians. Since May, officers have received at least 63 reports of people having their belongings stolen while distracted by the hugging thieves. Last week, 3 women were charged, and warrants have been issued for 3 more believed to be part of the same scheme.
So they come give me a hug and then my wallet's gone?
Yeah, it's a big scheme they're working on.
Why are you saying it that way?
Isn't it pronounced scheme?
Scheme.
That's the way I say it.
Oh, scheme. That's the word. I'm sorry. I don't know why I thought that'd be funny. I got to run the stuff by you guys first.
You just let her buck. That's what you do.
Sometimes you
Nobody bats 1,000.
No.
Nobody.
I should have ran that by you guys. Though police suspect there are others still out there, at least a news conference on Tuesday, a police spokesman explained that way. They said the suspects are thought to be connected to similar thefts stretching the country. It's not limited to Alberta, he said. It's Canada-wide. The scheme itself is simple. Acting in groups that often resemble families, the thieves target vulnerable people in grocery store parking lots or other parking spaces. They strike up a friendly conversation, sometimes asking for a hug or even requesting that someone, quote, bless their jewelry. While their victims are distracted by what seems like an innocent moment of connection, the thieves quietly slip off the expensive jewelry before fleeing in a waiting vehicle. In some incidents earlier this summer, a woman showered elderly victims with compliments, while an accomplice swapped their expensive jewelry for cheap, nearly worthless fakes. Similar distraction thefts have been reported elsewhere. In Winnipeg, 2 men believed to be part of a traveling jewelry scam were charged in recent months. In one case, a man with a child in tow spun a sob story about needing travel money, offering fake gold jewelry as part of the ruse. In Edmonton, a 70-year-old woman was robbed of her gold necklace after a man told her she reminded him of his late grandmother.
Well, I know this is shocking to some people, but I've never trusted the Canadians.
Yeah, you don't like pretty much foreigners of any kind.
Right.
But, I mean, geez Louise, there's a lot of these old folks are so happy, like, oh, wow. They're saying some complimentary things.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll give you a hug if that makes you feel better.
Picking on the old folks
Yeah,
like that.
my grandkids never call me, but this stranger just came up and offered me a hug. I'm going to take it.
I did learn that it seems from the story, Canadians wear expensive jewelry. There's a lot of these thefts going around.
Is that right?
It appears that way. Colorado Sheriff's deputies launched an all-out search for a man they believed had stabbed a park ranger last week.
Stabbed a park ranger?
Yeah. Only discovered the so-called attack was actually an elaborate hoax dreamed up by a total dork.
We could not be more serious about pursuing charges against someone who really did a lot of damage to a community that was terrified that there was someone at large.
9:30 a.m. last Tuesday, 26-year-old Calum Heskett, a ranger with the Colorado Parks and Wildlife, radioed for help, claiming he'd been stabbed.
Oh, here we go.
Even providing a detailed description of his alleged attacker, who he said had taken off on foot. Heskett told the first deputy on scene he'd walked up to a man hunched near a tree, when suddenly that man charged at him, shouting, "F the police!" That led to a scuffle on the ground, he said, one in which Heskett claimed he was stabbed with his own pocket knife. Authorities took him at his word, and the response was massive. SWAT teams, drones, and state aircraft were deployed in the manhunt, while Heskett was airlifted to a hospital. 2 unlucky persons of interest were detained and questioned, and the sheriff's office sent an alert to 8,600 residents, urging them to be on the lookout for this suspect. Several schools were sent into lockdown. Nearby residents told to shelter in place, while fear rippled through the community. Later that day, the lockdown order was lifted, with the sheriff's office saying they believed this was a targeted attack. But the fear didn't immediately go away. On social media, officials tried to reassure everyone, writing, "Please know our investigators are working diligently on the case. And based on everything we know at this time, this was a targeted incident." Still, as the investigation continued, something didn't quite add up. Heskett really had been stabbed, but the only question was by whom? When investigators reviewed the responding deputy's body camera footage, they noticed odd things. There was no dirt or grass on Heskett's uniform, despite his story about wrestling on the ground. He said he'd been struck on the back of the head, but there was no injury there.
Because he's a liar who should be stabbed in the dick.
That is A. Ashley.
What the hell?
With her usual biting comments.
That was A. Ashley.
A. Ashley.
My God. I haven't heard from her in a couple of days, and she came out hot.
Yeah, trust me, that's kind of her mood today. She seems a little upset.
So this guy was just a jabroni who wanted to be on television?
It appears he just wanted the attention.
Yeah.
As detectives pressured him for more details, the inconsistencies piled up. When asked for a DNA sample, he suddenly recalled, oh yeah, I forgot, the attacker was wearing black latex gloves. Detail he claimed he'd forgotten due to painkillers, you see. Then investigators searched his phone and found something even stranger.
Porno.
Internet searches like, how deep are arteries in the lower abdomen? Arteries in abdomen map and abdominal anatomy.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
By the time the sheriff's office announced on social media that Heskett would be charged with staging that attack, the mystery had mostly unraveled. A commenter asked bluntly, serious question, did he stab himself? The sheriff's office replied with a simple yes.
We believe that he has a self-inflicted wound to his torso from his own knife.
That's about as weak as it gets right there. Dinkus just wanted to be on TV, maybe get a BJ out of the deal.
And, I mean, that response was incredible. They pulled out all the stops to try and get, I think there's somebody around just going out there killing cops or trying to. It's unclear exactly what his motivation was, but as we said, it's pretty easy to speculate.
F me running.
A Minnesota man's facing multiple charges for impersonating an officer. Again, a 911 call was made by a person feeling uneasy about being pulled over. The caller didn't think that vehicle behind him was real. It was described as an unmarked Tahoe outfitted with red, blue, and amber lights.
Hi, I'm a giant 4-year-old.
I'm playing cop. That same Tahoe eventually drove past officers from the Rogers Police Department who became suspicious. When the real cops pulled over the counterfeit cop, they discovered a 27-year-old man dressed the part. He was wearing a tactical vest and carrying a taser, handcuffs, badge, flashlight, and even a body-worn camera. He told officers he worked for a security agency and claimed he was simply on his way to a friend's house. But that didn't explain the attempted stop.
Because he's another liar who should be stabbed in the too.
All right. Police later spoke with the original caller who explained the Tahoe had come right up on his rear bumper in Maple Grove. Soon after, the suspect activated red and blue lights along with the siren. As the caller began pulling over, he noticed the man in the Tahoe opening a laptop and appearing to speak in what looked like a police radio, before suddenly driving past instead of stopping. Court records reveal this isn't his first brush with these types of charges. He's allegedly played make-believe cosplay cop in the past. In addition to his latest incident, he also has an open case in Hennepin County for impersonating an officer and carrying a concealed pistol without a permit. And there's yet another case in Dakota County where he's accused of operating a security vehicle with a prohibited color scheme and without the proper displayed identification.
Come on, dude. Leave us alone, for Christ's sake.
A woman's accused of drunkenly driving her car straight into a Georgia lake, then climbing on top of the sinking vehicle to save herself. Thank goodness she survived. But she did abandon her 3-year-old goddaughter underwater.
Oh, my God.
Not exactly the picture of piety.
Picture.
Witnesses saw a sedan speed recklessly into the parking lot of a lakeside park Sunday, August 10th. Instead of slowing down, the car kept barreling ahead for some reason, slamming into large boulders which served as traffic barriers. But that impact sent the vehicle vaulting over and then splashing violently into the lake. Authorities say the 23-year-old godmother managed to escape by climbing out and standing on the roof of the partially submerged car, while the child she was supposed to be caring for remained trapped inside.
Stab this idiot in the coochie.
Bystanders rushed to help her off the roof, but precious minutes ticked by as the vehicle and the toddler remained beneath the water's surface. When a deputy and firefighter arrived, they saw bubbles rising from the lake with no proper rescue equipment on hand. The firefighter dove into the murky water while the deputy held onto him for safety.
They swam out to the car where they could see the bubbles coming up. Lieutenant Feathers dove down while Deputy Gray held on to him in case he got in trouble because they had no equipment and no mask. They didn't have anything. Didn't have what's called a window punch with him. He popped the window on the passenger side car.
You're a window
get the child out.
That dude's a window punch.
That guy's oozing of charisma.
They managed to pull the little girl out after as long as 6 harrowing minutes underwater, but miraculously, she survived.
The child was not breathing and did not have a pulse. It was in full cardiac arrest.
Wow, and you were able to revive the child.
They were able to revive the child on scene.
I am not a window punch. Investigators later learned the godmother had been tasked with taking her goddaughter to pick up pull-ups to help her transition out of diapers.
So the gal was that selfish? Just decided to save herself?
It must have been, right? I'm assuming she remembered there was a kid in the backseat. But maybe she just panicked and totally forgot. I don't know. Drunk and furious that a neighbor parked too close to her yard, 48-year-old Marsha Morgan decided to take matters into her own hands, draping the offending vehicle in toilet paper while dressed as a hot dog. Police say the Florida woman was busted around 4 p.m. last Monday, intoxicated and refusing to cooperate.
She's not a member of the Oscar Mayer group, is she?
Well, they're not sure what was going on.
Oh, boy.
Unfortunately, neither the report nor court record shed any light on why Morgan chose to carry out her toilet paper caper dressed as a wiener. By Tuesday, she'd been fined $550, but the judge said she can work off that money through community service at $13 an hour.
$13 an hour?
Yep.
Community service doesn't sound so bad.
Premiering today on Prime Video, the 4th and final season of Upload. In the year 2033, people have the ability to upload themselves to a virtual world after death. It's Seniors Day at the Minnesota State Fair, so saber-tooths and silver foxes, age 65 plus, get in for $15. At the grandstand, the Happy Together Tour 2025, featuring the Turtles. Oh, I like Turtles.
Yeah, you do.
And more. Of course, you can swing by the 93X booth. We've got some new merch this year. And your shot at tickets to the 93X family reunion featuring Evanescence. Once again, we want to say how much we appreciated everyone who stopped by the booth Saturday to spend some time together. We certainly didn't appreciate such a nice reception, so thank you. It was a great afternoon for us.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, we really, really, really appreciate it. It was awesome to meet so many of you, and we can't thank you enough. One more thing, if you'd like to catch a live broadcast, Pablo's on air from 2 to 7 p.m. all week. JP broadcast from our black box that rocks, and we can barely afford this weekend. You can find 93X on Dan Patch Avenue across from Sweet Martha's Cookies by the grandstand.
Pablo, he always does a lot of damage on Senior Day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Look out, Grandma. Alexander Skarsgård, 49 today. Def Leppard guitarist Vivian Campbell, 63.
There go Vivian Campbell right there.
Director Tim Burton, 67. He's screamed for vengeance and broken the law. Now Rob Halford from Judas Priest, turning 74 today. He's going to possibly do a little crooning. The metal legend is contemplating releasing a Tony Bennett covers album.
Well, that's very interesting. Rob Halford is just a by God living legend.
Gene Simmons from Kiss, 76 today.
Is Gene same birthday as Rob Halford, huh?
I guess so.
Rob Halford doesn't deserve that.
You're saying he deserves better?
Oh, he deserves way better than that.
I'd like to give a shout out to Squirrel, a friend of Nick's who I had the great pleasure of working with Friday night at the Wayzata American Legion. That guy's a total stud. He made us look really good on the line there, so it was very nice meeting you, Squirrel.
Squirrel knows what he's doing.
He sure does.
I love Squirrel, because he's amazing, but also, Josh, you would appreciate this. We were kind of down the line from each other, but I was right. I had the important task of giving people dinner rolls. Not nearly as important as you guys giving out the chicken and the potatoes, but anytime he was coming with more food for you guys, he'd always say, "Behind, Dana, behind." It made me think of the bear. It was awesome.
Yeah, I called everyone chef for the first hour or so. I was hoping that somebody would get so frustrated they'd throw me in the broaster, but it didn't seem to piss anyone off.
No, you did okay for yourself.
Happy birthday to DJ Terrified. That rules. From Vegas G. Best of luck to X Hotel. She's just starting a new job this week. We know you'll crush it. Happy birthday to Steve from Stinkerton, the Truckin' Dog Jesus. And a shout out to Sarah and the rest of the kitchen crew at Hill Murray for their first day of school. Hope it's an awesome school year. and that's 93X News.
A live turtle in his pants.
Yes.
That's a lot to pack in your pants.
Randy Shaver on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
I like turtles.
Cal, blast off, left field, there it goes! Cal Raleigh! His 49th home run! Storybook season by Cal Raleigh. He has done it! The most home runs all time in a single season by a major league catcher. Once in a lifetime kind of stuff from Cal Raleigh.
It's exciting as all hell. I'll be damned. It's Monday morning. Let's see what kind of trouble the boys are in. Hello to Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
We'll get to the big dumper here in just a minute. Let me tell you something, Randy Shaver. Our Brost Out Cancer event on Friday night at the Wayzata Legion was a big hit, son.
Yes, it was. It was fantastic.
Big hit on Friday. We spoke earlier about it, how absolutely grateful we are to everyone who bought a ticket, showed up, had dinner with us Friday night, had a few beers, had a few laughs, and then spent some money while they were there, because the last I heard, that event, Friday night, made about $9,000-$10,000 for folks who could use help around town here with cancer. That money going to the Randy Shaver Cancer Research Fund. How about that?
That's incredible.
Yeah, and I think when you add the $5,000 those guys gave us at my event in June.
Word.
Then the total is around 15, which is pretty impressive.
Oh, it all went so well. I thought for sure I'd F it up at one point or another. I thought Josh would maybe tip over the entire...
I almost think you wanted me to, the line there. The line. You mentioned it when we were leaving work on Friday. When we got there, you reminded me a couple times.
Don't tip over the line and spill all the food onto the floor. The event will be ruined.
I was very careful. It was so well run. Thank you to your wife.
Yeah.
I know she was primarily the main reason it went so well, and Mrs. Shaver, of course, always is like an excellent planner.
My mom wasn't there.
Randy's wife.
Randy Mama was not there.
Yeah, all my wife did was show up and eat some chicken.
I've known her since I'm very young. I don't think I could call her by her first name. I have to say Mrs. Shaver. I've mentioned this earlier. The kitchen staff, all you guys, it was so smooth. I can't believe that was the first event.
Yeah.
And everybody was so cool. No dicks. Not one.
There weren't any dicks. The first of that kind. Certainly we've done broasted chickens for years there. Second Friday of every month we have a broasted chicken showdown. But we've never had two separate dining times. We've never had, a silent auction going on, a 50-50 raffle going on, giving away prizes every 15 minutes. So it was a hell of an undertaking. But it couldn't have gone any better. Randy Shaver and Dana and Josh and Dr. P and Janelle were all there. Brad Ryder, sorry you couldn't make it. People were asking, what's Brad at the cabin, getting a piece of ass or what?
Well, it's nice to know that people were at least asking.
They asked about you.
Yeah. No, I wasn't at the cabin. I had something else going on, but
whatever.
Next time.
Brad is jacking off.
Thanks, everybody.
Nick knows the story. I tried to switch my plans.
Yeah,
but
he did. Brad wanted to be there. He couldn't make it. I know you would have had fun, too. But, a lot of money was raised for a great cause.
Yep.
Hell yes.
Yeah, it was great.
Made us look great. Now, you mentioned my wife, Josh. She was quite dialed in to every little detail. That's what she does for a living. She organizes events like this. She knows the game. But I got to tell you about one moment where she took her power a little too far. She got a little power hungry on me.
Uh-oh.
She did?
Uh-oh.
I did like when she was kind of chirping in your ear when you're on the microphone.
Every single time.
That's usually my job, to remind you of stuff on the microphone.
That didn't upset me at all. She's helping me out, making sure I don't forget certain things. That's fine, because I am very prone to forget little details, even huge details. So that wasn't where I'm going with this. At one point or another, I'm on the mic, and I'm raffling off a prize and also dumping little information into the mix. Hey, don't forget this, don't forget that, don't forget this. I'm going on. I look over at my wife, Josh, and she... I didn't tell anyone this. She gives me the wrap it up hand signal.
Did she really?
Yes, she did.
That's so good.
And I got off the mic and I said, "What, are you my instructor at Brown Institute? You just gave me the wrap it up." She said, "You were going on a little too long, for Christ's sake." And she was probably right. She gave me the wrap it up.
As long as she's not giving you that indication other places, then you're fine.
My wife would never need to say that to me.
No.
Ever.
No one can accuse me of taking too much time in that department, Brad Ryder, if that's where you're going with that.
I've never lost. In that department, I've never lost.
You win every time.
Yep.
It's a race.
I'm the best.
And you win every time. She gave me the wrap it up hand motion. You're going a little too long here, son. Let's put a lid on it.
I wish I would have seen that.
I stopped by the joint yesterday for a couple of Steve Weisers, and everyone said how much fun they had and how happy they were with the way it turned out. And so hopefully we can do it again sometime.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I mean, the kitchen staff, you guys got there early.
Bunch of derelicts is what they are.
You said you weren't going to let me back there, but you did. You let me get back there. And
you did come back and wander around a little bit. Yeah, we got there early. You know, those boys are a little rough around the edges, but we get it done.
And when I dropped all that raw chicken that people later ate and got it all over the floor, you guys never got mad at me.
We didn't get mad. But we did make you pick up every little piece.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of rough around the edges of that kitchen staff, Nick, I put on that chicken costume. Do I need to go get an STD test, do you think?
Well, no, but they do. But you were only in that thing for about 45 seconds.
It was so hot in that thing. And then because I was wearing that red shirt, the great red volunteer shirt. And then once I got out of the chicken costume, I had sweat through the entire thing. It was so hot in that costume.
Big bearded Jared, he was there, and he said, I was a little too drunk Friday night. Yeah, a few people like to have.
He wasn't the steadiest guy in the room,
no.
You made a great comment when he was taking a photo for somebody. He was taking somebody's camera, and you're like, "Oh yeah, great steady hands there." Ask him to take the photo.
Yeah, he says, "Oh, I hope that photo turned out all right." And I said, "Hey, no steadier hand in the room than you, Jared. No steadier hand in the room."
He was awesome. Wearing a Dad Fights t-shirt too.
He was. Dana, as far as the chicken suit goes, I told you that night. So Dana put on the giant chicken costume. You went as long as anybody could possibly handle that because it gets warm in that pig.
Yeah.
You approached me later and said, should I be worried now that I put on that? Well, you met the only other guy in the building who ever wears that chicken suit,
Vinny. Yeah.
And I said, just look at it this way. Whatever Vinny's got, you got now.
He looks clean.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, am I misinterpreting?
Filthy. An unwashed Italian is what he is, Vinny. Randy Shaver, maybe the only, if there was even a slight negative about Friday night's event, is that we were so busy, none of us got to eat until about 8:30, 8:45.
Yeah, I brought mine home.
So good.
And it was very good, but when Randy Shaver finally got a meal, you were trembling.
Oh, it was so good.
You were out of gas. We were all out of gas.
Janelle and I, everybody stood there and watched everybody eat. And for 3 hours, you're smelling that chicken. And you're going, oh, my God, I just want to eat one.
It was torture.
It was torture. And by the time I got a chance to eat it, it was awesome. It was great. I have to say, it was almost even better the next morning.
Oh, yeah.
When I basically had it for breakfast.
Oh, I did too. Yeah, they sent us home with some. It was awesome.
It was so good.
The only thing better than roasted chicken right there on a Friday night is maybe the cold stuff the next day.
Yes, It's like cold pizza. I love cold pizza.
You're a cold pizza guy. I'm a cold pizza guy.
Yeah.
I forgot.
So good.
A moment with your wife, kind of similar to the wrap it up, but not exactly.
Yeah, and by the way, don't take too long with this. She might be listening.
I'll get to the point as fast as possible. So the night started at about 6 p.m. No, when we were working the line, at first I was in charge of the chicken, and she's like, now you know the different parts of a chicken, right? And I'm like, yeah, I think I can figure it out. And then I realized, oh, wait, I don't know which part the thighs are. So I had to ask her, I'm sorry, I was wrong. I don't know exactly which is which. So So she did have to point out the difference. And I learned they're called bigs and smalls.
Yep.
From Squirrel.
Yeah, that's what we do. We need more bigs. We need more little guys. We need more big guys.
Yeah, so the bigs,
breasts and thighs are big, and the wings and legs are littles. Yeah.
By the way, lots of boob jokes from people coming through. I really appreciated those.
Yeah.
There's some pretty funny stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a great time. And Randy Shaver, thanks for everything. Thank
you guys.
All the folks on your end. We make a pretty good team off air.
Yep. It was very, very well done, and it was actually a lot of fun. It really was.
Yeah, for those that couldn't make it, come to the next one. It really was fun. I don't want you to miss out. It was a great time.
Hell, there were
Is
some
the next
people.
one planned yet, or talked about?
We're not planning dick for a while, Brad. This one cooked us.
We're bringing it back in 2029. We're thinking.
We're going to wait a while for something like that again, Brad Ryder.
All right.
I had something and I lost it, but anyway, there you friggin' go. Oh, as far as what's going on with sports and more, that's what we try to cover in this segment. We started off. Yes, Randy Shaver.
58,000.
Yeah, I got that information.
It was the over.
Last weekend, in anticipation of that Twins-White Sox series on the south side of Chicago over the weekend, which, ESPN was talking about. Everybody was talking about it. The Twins won. Randy said last week he set the over-under at 45,000 people, total attendance for the 3-game series.
Yeah.
But it was amped up a little bit. They hit 57, 58.
Yeah, they had 22 the first night, so I knew I was cooked on the first night.
Well, maybe there was a Fred Lynn bobblehead doll giveaway or something. I don't know.
I think it's just one of those things where the White Sox felt like they had a chance to win, and they did. They won 2 out of 3. So
that might have been closer if it would have been a series at Target Field. There would have been fewer people there, I think.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Watching yesterday, they had a pretty good crowd. Twins were garbage yesterday.
Oh, gosh.
Absolute garbage.
Those two young pitchers did not have good Twins debuts.
Yeah,
Taj Bradley got beat up yesterday, and Mick Abel got beat up the day before.
Jesus, yeah. Taj Bradley, who came over during the purge. So did Mick Abel. He just got pumped. They were both brutal.
Yep.
Well, the boys have made their way to Ontario now. And they begin a 3-game series with the Toronto Blue Jays tonight. Joe Ryan pitches against Max Scherzer. I got to admit that.
Yeah, he's having a good year.
I've forgotten, or I may have possibly been completely unaware until now that Max Scherzer was pitching in Canada.
And he has had a fairly healthy year, and it's one of the reasons why Toronto leads the Red Sox by 5 games in the East. I mean, Toronto is having almost as good a season as the Tigers are right now. Very quietly, by the way.
That's great. Good for Toronto.
He's not even their best pitcher. I mean, he's not even close to their best pitcher.
No.
I'd either completely forgotten or I was never aware that Max Scherzer was pitching for the Toronto Blue Jays.
Brad, they've gotten Barrios has been okay. Bassett has only been okay. Eric Lauer has actually been a very good pitcher for them. Mostly as a spot starter, but he's been in that rotation and been successful. They've got a really good bullpen. Their everyday lineup is rock solid. They're not, their run differential's only plus 55. It's not like they're blowing people off the field every night, but they're winning close games, and they just been really steady.
When you can roll out a guy like him as your 3rd or 4th starter, and then you have a bullpen the way that they do, it kind of reminds you a little bit of how the Twins won a couple of years ago, with really solid across-the-board starting pitching and a really good bullpen.
Yep.
There you go. A couple people texting back to our event Friday night, the Broast Out Chicken event at the Wayzata Legion. People are wondering, how was the cold slaw?
Cold, delicious.
Very good.
I really love cold slaw. I always have. And it was very good Friday night. And that was even our junior varsity cold slaw guy. Our varsity cold slaw guy, Lanahan, had to leave town. So we went with the JV guy. And I thought it turned out.
Kudos to the JV guy.
Yeah, Dougie. Good. He's our junior varsity. And people are asking Brad Ryder, okay, you missed out on the chicken party. Will you go on the boat?
When is the boat? When's the next boat?
Oh, I don't know.
September 19th.
Oh, September 19th.
I think it's sold out.
December 19th, did you say?
September.
Yeah, December 19th.
September 19th. Get back to us.
Let me look right now.
Just get back to us.
Okay.
He's not looking. He's coming up with an excuse in his head.
No, I am looking, actually.
Oh, man.
Brad is jacking off.
Oh, boy. Kidding.
Again? That is impressive at your age.
Ooh. Yeah. Here's maybe why the ticket sales were up in Chicago over the weekend for that Twins series. You Betcha Jesus texted in to say he went to the game Saturday night, and everyone that walked in the door got a free 1980s era White Sox sleeveless sweater.
That's cool.
I mean, I think I know what they mean, like the old SOX socks, red, white, and blue right across. Oh, that sounds nice.
George said he was there Friday night. It was great to see you, George.
George was, wait a minute. Where was George?
Friday night at the Bro Stop.
Andy was at the fair?
No, he was. We're talking. Did I say the fair?
No.
I thought I said Friday night at the Bro Stop chicken or cancer thing. He said great cold slaw, very KFC-like.
Good.
I agree.
Good.
It was good.
I thought earlier you said that George visited us at the fair.
Oh, if I did, I misspoke.
Okay. George was at the chicken deal. Thanks, George. Okay, the audio we played to start off our segment here, Seattle Mariners catcher Cal Raleigh, the clear MVP of the season. He hit his 48th and 49th home run of the season yesterday, so he broke the record for most home runs in a season by a catcher. He broke the old record held by Salvador Perez.
Cal, blast off, left field, there it goes! Cal Raleigh! His 49th home run! Storybook season by Cal Raleigh. He has done it! The most home runs all time in a single season by a major league catcher.
Wrap it up.
Once in a lifetime kind of stuff from Cal Raleigh.
Wrap it up. Really, honestly, that dude could have summed that up a little bit better. And like we were saying a week or so ago, Raleigh is within striking distance of Mickey Mantle's single-season record for most home runs by a switch hitter. That number is 54. So Cal Raleigh is at 49, the number now.
That's definitely within the range.
Oh, he should be able to get there, shouldn't he?
Yeah.
We got a whole month left. You would think so.
A month of baseball left. My God.
Mickey Mantle getting passed by a guy with the nickname Big Dumper is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Good point.
He probably never would have thought, oh, this record will never be beaten by a guy with a nickname about his big ol' ass.
Yeah, with that big ass he's dragging. Now, it came back to me now. I had a thought a few minutes ago and I lost it. I got it back. And it refers again to our event on Friday night. There were quite a few people who stopped by simply to donate. They didn't eat. They just wanted to chip in. And we want to thank those people as well. And then a few people have texted in and said, Randy Shaver, if I'd like to donate, where do I go? What do I do?
Venmo at Dana Wessel.
I don't think that's right.
You can go to our website at randyshavercancerfund.org.
randyshavercancerfund.org.
That's correct, and there you'll find all that information on our website if you'd like to donate. Yes, that'd be great. Thank you.
There you go. By the way, once old fat ass, Big Dumper, once he hits 50 home runs, which he will, I think I have this correct. This will be the 51st time a player has hit 50 dongs in a big league season. And 33 different players have done it. Does that all make sense to you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Now, ESPN, I don't know what inspired them, but they wanted to make a list of the most surprising 50 home run seasons by a player. I guess because they think Cal Raleigh hitting 50, which he will do soon enough, is surprising. So
it probably is a little surprising.
What was his total last year?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
But I don't think that 50 was on the minds of a lot of people, especially playing the catcher position.
Now, with the steroid era,
yes,
there were some wacky numbers put up.
I'll give you one guy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Brady Anderson.
Yes, that's the first one that popped to mind.
Yeah, he was the guy I was thinking about, too.
And he's number one on the list.
Yep.
Of the most surprising 50-dong seasons. In 1996, Brady Anderson for the Baltimore Orioles hit 50. He had hit 16 the prior season.
Yeah.
Cal Raleigh hit 34 last year. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Number 2 on this surprising list, and I know it's kind of a weird subject,
I think it's great.
Jose Bautista of the Toronto Blue Jays hit 54 home runs in the year 2010. He hit 13 the prior season.
He had that strange batting stance.
Yes, he did.
That wide open batting stance.
And he also still has a strange bruise on his face from when Roof Ned Odor punched him so square in the freaking mug. It's still the greatest punch ever thrown in a non-contact sport.
Was that for one of his famous bat flips?
I don't remember. I think he slid hard into second base.
Okay. Yeah, it was at second base.
If you're a young person, look up, and I know it's difficult. The dude's name is Roof Ned Odor.
Spelled like rough.
Yes.
R-U-G-H.
When he punched Jose Bautista in the face a number of years ago, greatest punch thrown in the history of a non-contact sport. Other surprising 50 home run hitters: Pete Alonso, Aaron Judge, George Foster.
No, that's not surprising.
Well, it says here he hit 52 in 1977. You know, he had been in the 30s and the 20s.
That's not surprising, though. He was such
Maybe back in the 70s, it was surprising for anybody to hit 50.
Yeah,
to some degree. I mean, George Foster was basically, you're going to hit a home run or you're going to strike out. It's one or the other with George Foster.
Luis Gonzalez of the Arizona Diamondbacks hit 57 home runs in the year 2001.
Yeah, I would put that one up
57, Luis Gonzalez? Is it thrilling at all for anybody here that Major League Baseball's next Field of Dreams game?
Yeah, it's exciting.
I thought it was cool.
This is in Dyersville, Iowa. They've done a couple of these in the past. Next year, in August, they'll have another Field of Dreams game, and the Minnesota Twins are going to play in that ball game.
Yeah, don't know the exact date yet.
No.
They're going to play the Phillies.
The Phillies? Why not get the Brewers or the friggin' who else is around here?
Yeah, the Brewers would be awesome.
Yeah, get the Brewers. The Cubs did it once.
The Royals or something.
Yeah.
The Cardinals.
Yeah, the Cardinals just did one, I think, a couple years ago. But yeah, Milwaukee or Kansas City, the Phillies. At any rate, that'll be cool. I never liked the movie much, but
oh, come on,
it was boring, dude. I needed to wrap it up.
It was not boring.
Got a little long, you thought?
It was boring. Field of Dreams is boring.
No, it's not.
Nolan Ryan punching Robin Ventura was pretty sweet. Okay, sure, I agree with that. But he more or less just kind of drummed on Ventura's forehead for a while. This Roof Net Odor punch on Bautista was perfect. The location, the timing, the force behind it, the fact that he knocked the stupid sunglasses right off of Bautista's face. Nolan Ryan just kind of played pinochle on Ventura's skull for a while. This has got to be a first. A ball boy got ejected by the home plate umpire in a minor league baseball game last week.
This is up on 93. At least I think they said they posted this on 93x.com.
It is. It's there.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
A minor league home plate umpire by the name of Richie something or another. He was in a pissy mood last Thursday night. This was a minor league game between the Quad City River Bandits and the Great Lakes Loons. Midwest League, they call it. So the ump had problems all night. Along the way, he threw out this manager. He threw this player out. Eventually, the Quad City's ball boy, who stopped by to hand the ump some fresh baseballs, got a smart mouth comment in there.
Well, he kind of slammed the baseballs down in his hand, too.
Gave him the baseballs with force and said something like, you really suck tonight or something. And the ball boy got the hook. Hilarious.
And he earned himself some instant street cred with the home dugout, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
I bet the boys in the dugout bought him some chew and some beer after the game was over. After the game was over. Now, the most popular sports figure, Josh, who What comes to mind, or who comes to mind when you think of the most popular sports figure right now? Right now.
Currently playing in
Currently.
Boy, you're not going to like my answer.
Go ahead, Brad Ryder.
I Patrick Mahomes.
That's kind of what I was thinking, Patrick
Fair
Mahomes.
enough.
Or maybe a golfer.
Anyone else?
Is it Scheffler?
Yes.
Yep.
That's not it.
Yep.
Who else has a most popular sports figure right now?
I'd say Stephen Curry.
Steph Curry. Dana, you got it.
Yeah, LeBron is still up there, I think.
The most popular sports figure that I can think of right now, the big, fat, lime green, vein-laden dildo with balls, made an appearance at the Vikings-Titans practice game over the weekend.
It's branching out between sports at this point. You're right.
Yeah, it's good to see them kind of, focusing on other sports, too.
I don't think anything's bigger right now than the lime green, vein-laden dildo with balls.
Question.
Yes?
Now that it's moved over to football,
Yeah?
is a little bit of the humor back, or is it still overdone and annoying?
Stupid. It's over.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
During the Vikings practice game there in Nashville, play did not stop because it's the NFL. They're used to dildos.
They're on the field.
They're everywhere. Everywhere. You guys all had good answers, but I'm saying right now in this moment, the dildo is king.
Yeah.
The Vikings, by the way, speaking of the Vikings, they switched things around as far as backup quarterbacks go. They signed old Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
And they traded a quarterback by the name of Sam Howell to my Philadelphia Eagles. Wentz was a backup on the Kansas City Chiefs roster last year. Isn't that dude more or less broken?
He's been around.
He's had some injury issues. Yeah.
He's been around.
He's played for like 8 teams at this point.
Yeah. I mean, obviously they must know what they're doing. If that's, they made a trade. Howell got them back, I think, a 5th-round pick, because Philadelphia was desperate for a solid backup because their backup to Jalen Hurts was hurt. So they get someone with experience, but if McCarthy goes down, we could see Max Brosmer this year before it's all said and done.
Someone at the beer hall over the weekend said maybe it was one of you guys. Did one of you guys predict that Sam Brosmer, what's the name he just said?
Brosmer.
Someone
Max
over the weekend
Brosmer.
said that Max Brosmer will be the starting quarterback for this team by week 5 or 6.
Well,
Because they think that totally unproven and injury-prone J.J. McCarthy is going to fall flat on his face.
Oh, I don't think that.
Flat on his face, they say.
I think it's great that Max made the team and is the third quarterback.
That's official? He made the team?
Yeah, because they cut.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah.
Tomorrow is the official cut-down day.
Yeah.
It'll be announced tomorrow, Joe McGrath.
They released Rippon and they traded Howell, so he's going to make it.
So I heard that troubled Vikings head coach Kelvin O'Conrad is tight friends with Carson Wentz. That's what someone said.
Well, he coached him, I think, in L.A. I think there's a connection there.
Wasn't he in Washington with him too, maybe?
I don't know if he was in Washington with him. I think it was when he was in L.A.
Okay.
All right, Bro Bible is here. We mentioned this earlier. Bro Bible has printed the best fantasy football team names that they know of, and that can be printed on this website without offending people from one end of town to the other. You understand the parameters?
Yep.
Best fantasy football team names that they know of and that won't get them in trouble with the law. I might need help with a couple of the references. And by the way, our listeners chimed in as well. If it was 1990, I'd get all the references, but I don't follow like I used to. There's a ton here. I'll give you the ones that I found the funniest or the most interesting, or I might even give you some that are really dumb. Tua Girls 1 Cup. TUA Girls 1 KUPP. 2-player references there, Cubby.
That's good.
Yeah. Deshaun don't touch down there. Deshaun don't touch down there. Kirkham-sized Penix. Har balls of steel.
No.
Dak to the future. Sherlock Mahomes. Lights, Kamara action. How I Metcalf your mother. Beg, burrow, and steal to infinity and beyond. Pirates of the Caribbean. Turn your head and golf. April showers bring Zay flowers. Favre dollar footlong. Brock the Casbah. Brock of ages. Conky show. There's a reference I don't get. Who is Conky?
Lad McConkey.
Lab McConkey?
Lad McConkey.
Is that the son of Philip McConkey?
I think
He
Is
is.
it
yes.
really?
Receiver for the Chargers.
Props to him for overcoming being named Lad and making it in the NFL. That's impressive. A lot of guys just would have given up if that was their name growing up.
Phil McConkey. I remember him when he was a wide receiver for the New York Giants.
Yep.
My neighbor, N-A-B-E-R, saw my Penix. Neighbor? Who's neighbor?
The receiver for the Giants.
Is he also the son of Phil McConkey?
They got a different last name, bro.
Shadur Shank Redemption. La Porta Potty.
I like that one.
Who's Laporta?
Sam Laporta, tight end for Detroit.
Is he the offspring of any member of the late 80s New York Giants?
I don't think so.
It hurts when I furt. It hurts when I furt. Now, our listeners texted in. I asked them earlier, I said, what can you contribute to this? Tell us your fantasy football names, the funny ones. Many, many people went down the route of balls, my balls, Zach Ertz kind of a thing. You following where I'm going with
my
this?
balls Ertz or something?
Yeah, we had, we just said a couple of Ertz jokes in there. Lots of our listeners went with the D's nuts. Check out my TDs and D's nuts down that route. Here's a few more. I hate to tell you, fantasy football owners out there, a lot of other fellers have your same team name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I hate to tell them that, but you're not the only one who's making a joke about D's nuts and Zach Efforts or whatever the guy's name. But
What's your best one, Randy?
Yeah.
Out of all your teams?
Oh gosh, they're not along those same lines. I don't do the kind of funny stuff.
You don't? This one rings a bell from years back. The Blair Walsh Project.
Sure.
Amon Raw Doggin.
I like that one.
I did use the one you guys came up with. I do have a team named Scotty Shinebox.
Oh, Scotty Shinebox. I like that.
I did use that one. I liked that one.
Yeah, buoy.
I think that was the boat name.
Oh.
When we were talking boats.
I thought maybe there was a football player named Bowie.
Well, maybe that came in when we were talking boat names.
Oh, so there's not a football player named Bowie?
There could be.
Fair enough.
Maybe he's on the practice squad.
Swedish-made Penix pump. And this is the best one, I think, of the group that I received a while back. Text that I received a while back. It's real simple. It's shocking. It gets to the point. It's disgusting. One of our listeners has a fantasy football team called Concrete Sock.
Oh, that took me a second. Ew.
Brad.
How about Naylor? Hardly know her. Do you like that one? Vikings reference?
That's a Vikings reference. That's as much as I'll say about it. It's a Vikings reference.
As far as team names go, it's definitely one of them.
Oh, jeez, guys.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was reading about that Cleveland Browns quarterback, Shadur Sanders, Deion's kid. He absolutely sucked in their preseason game the other night, and he might not even make the team.
He won't. They cut him.
They cut him?
I believe they did.
Oh, my God.
No, they cut the other Sanders.
They had wrong Sanders.
Okay.
cut the
I was thinking about the one in Tampa Bay.
With Tampa.
You see here, Brad Ryder, another one of Deion's kids. I understand how you got confused. Another one of Deion's kids by the name of Shiloh. He's a defensive back. He got released by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because he wasn't very good at football. Well, he wasn't very good at football either, they said.
Yeah, but he got in a fight, and they said, you're done.
Yeah, he punched a guy in a preseason game. So Deion might have a couple of his kids moving back into the house here pretty soon.
Right, yeah.
They come back and they help him coach in Colorado.
What the hell are you guys doing back here? At the Cincinnati Bengals home ballpark, 2 dudes were arrested for breaking into the joint and attempting to steal a barbecue smoker.
That's hilarious.
Forget about the valuable whatever that might be housed at the Cincinnati Bengals home ballpark. These two puke bags attempted to steal a barbecue smoker.
Those things aren't cheap.
I mean, did they see it on TV maybe and said, wow, that thing could cook up some ribs?
Maybe they went to a practice and they saw it sitting there, at a practice. Maybe they were fans at a practice and were like, wow, that's a great smoker. We should get that.
That's what I was wondering, if they bring it out for tailgating or something.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I'd love to have one of those.
Cops caught them in the act and beat their asses. They even cut loose the canine on these two plugs. Canine got to get a little taste of human flesh. Imagine planning that caper with some other meth head in your neighborhood. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they must have been on something
That's
when they
hilarious.
came up with it.
Yeah. All right, this week, this can wait. I don't know if this can wait. Randy Shaver, high school football, huh?
Thursday, Friday, open the season.
You're going to be one busy sumbitch again covering that high school football.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Now, this issue might have been cleared up already. I'm not sure. But what we read a couple of days ago is a couple of ospreys.
Yes, it has not been cleared up.
It's not been cleared up. We just had a story recently about ospreys.
Yep.
It's kind of like an eagle.
Yeah.
Pretty cool bird.
Apple Valley High School has a osprey family set up in the lights at the 50-yard line of their football stadium. And under federal regulations, you can't move them. You can't turn the lights on because they're nesting there.
Yeah.
So they open the season in Rochester on Friday this week. They will play an afternoon game, I believe, the following Friday. I think they're playing 2 afternoon games I take that back. One game's been moved to a Saturday noon game, and then the other one's going to be played at 4 o'clock on a Friday because they don't want to turn the lights on. There's a chick actually in the nest.
They can't... They can't turn the lights on because it might hurt the birds.
It would burn them.
And ospreys are protected here in town.
Yeah, we have that exact same situation here at the school that I work with, or that I work at the baseball stadium. Couldn't have a night game the whole year because of that same situation.
That is hilarious. Oh, my God, it's that dude. The Eagles, Apple Valley Eagles, are going to have to play some home games until these chicks move out the nest and they all fly out of there. But they say the DNR has stepped up, Randy Shaver, and said it shouldn't take too long. It should only be a couple weeks before the birds grow up and leave.
Yep.
But that's really interesting.
I was reading about this last night. The DNR says there's usually about 5 or 6 of these similar things across the state every year that schools have to deal with. This is the first I've heard that it's really disrupted a start of a football season, though, for a team. So
got to play some day games. Can't turn the lights on. Can't bother the birds. Back to cute, funny, fresh fantasy football names. Josh, what do you make of this one? A listener texted in, said his fantasy football team name is Feeling Up My Cousin.
Disturbing yet clever.
Oh, that's good.
Feeling Up My Cousins. As we begin the high school football season here, Randy said Thursday and Friday, say a prayer for a place called Columbia High School in Alabama. They began the 2025 football season a couple nights ago, and they lost their 92nd consecutive ball game.
Woof.
The last high school football game they won was in the year of 2015. That's an all-time record. They're the worst team of all time.
I think there's a Minnesota team that rivals that.
92 in a row?
Well, I don't think Red Lake has won a football game since 1999. I don't know if they play a full schedule every year.
Okay.
Chip Scoggins wrote about this for the Star Tribune, I think, last year or the year before.
Well, you should post about that so a website might pick it up or something like that, because these folks believe that the worst team of all time is Columbia High School in Alabama.
I don't think that's the case here in Minnesota.
And this Columbia High School, their very first game of the year last week, they lost a close one. It was 53-6.
Yeah.
That's kind of miserable. Although it doesn't seem like they enjoy each other's company very much, the Pigs and Marco Rossi agreed on a new contract for the dude. 3 years, $15 million. This whole deal came off like a painful process. It seemed like Rossi got a little butthurt along the way, but it's a done deal now.
Yeah.
Now Bill Guerin's got to deal with that high-maintenance Russian kid.
I was going to say, what's the latest on that?
Nothing from Russia.
Haven't heard anything in a while. That's a weird deal.
Just another high-maintenance Russian.
Or they're drinking vodka, playing Tetris.
Causing problems. What's her name was back in the mix last night for the Lynx, Nafisa Collier. She's been out for a while with a bad ankle. She scored 32 points. Yeah.
Whew, she was amazing last night.
32 points. So she's better than Caitlin Clark. Here's a Minnesota Lynx guard. Here's another gal.
I would say
I'm sorry, Rady Shaver, repeat that.
I said I would say that she is better than Caitlin.
She is better than Caitlin Clark. I don't know what the hell's so funny. Here's a Minnesota Lynx guard who made a WNBA history Friday night when the Lynx beat the Indiana Fevers. Jessica Shepard messed around and got a triple-double. And by God, it ended up being the fastest triple-double in league history. She needed just 21 minutes and 57 seconds to put together 22 points, 11 rebounds, and 11 assists.
That's impressive.
She's better than Caitlin Clark.
That's impressive.
With 2.5 weeks left in the WNBA's regular season, they've already broken their single-season attendance record. Angel Reese was given the majority of the credit for the attendance record. And they even have less teams now. They have less teams now. Let me see if I can put this together. The 13 WNBA teams drew 2,501,000 fans over 226 games this season. The previous record was set in the year of 2002 when they had 16 teams. Despite knowing they may have to dodge flying lime green dildos, WNBA fans have shown up this year. And finally, before we effing go, the NBA must really dig the vibe between the Timberwolves and the sissy-ass fake champion Oklahoma City Thunder, because it says here all 4 of their games against each other this upcoming basketball season will be on what they call here national television.
Bring your ass.
So there you go.
But I saw that they have the 3rd or 4th most national television games in the league this year.
Oh, I don't know, Brad Ryder. You probably got it nailed.
So we're not being disrespected anymore.
Oh no.
What do you miss about working for the Timberwolves?
What do I miss about working?
What do you
for the
miss?
Timberwolves?
A lot of women around.
Tickets.
Did you?
Nick misses that.
Do you miss getting me tickets?
Flying on private jets and staying at 5-star hotels and getting fed the way that I did. That was kind of nice.
The food, the airplane rides, and the hotel.
Yeah, sure.
The groupies.
Were there women everywhere?
Not around me, but
there were women everywhere.
But did you get some of like the castaways?
Well, no.
It's a married man.
Missed opportunity.
Live on the radio.
A guy I used to know that covered the Wolves said, at times there were home games, and as the players are filing out to their cars, he said, man, as they're getting into their cars, they're putting their arms around 4 or 5 women at once.
Oh, that's not true.
Come on, all of you. Well, what do you mean it's not true? Will you say my friend's a liar?
Well, some of that's exaggerated.
His point was there were a few players who just had 4 or 5 women waiting for him at once. Cubby can relate to that.
Joe Ingles is not getting in a car with 4 or 5 women. So.
There are obvious exceptions, Brad Ryder. Obvious exceptions. All right, there you go. Thanks, boys. Good work. We will talk to you later on this week, okay?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Wonderful job, gentlemen. We will take a little moment to ourselves and be back here in a few minutes on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey friends, Dana here. And yeah, sure, we got plenty of summer left, but we all know what comes next when the weather shifts from crotch soup season to frozen shriveled peas season. That's why I love my pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. It's the perfect time to get them out and take a peek at both your AC and your furnace. Book your AC tune-up by August 21st and save $45 or save $90 when you bundle both. It's the early bird deal and it's the way to go for peace of mind on both ends. Go to standardheating.com and make sure to mention 93X when you book.
Former U.S. Navy SEAL Sean Ryan captures real stories about sacrifice and strength.
Looking back, what would you tell your 10-year-old self?
Just hold on. The amount of times that this man is threatened to shoot me.
There's a saying, there's no atheist in a foxhole.
That's what I hear.
Uncovering truth with the heroes who live to tell it.
You had a guardian angel.
I did.
Why did you think that?
So many things happened that I just come out okay.
The Sean Ryan Show.
Go ahead, pull that trigger. You ready?
I'm ready, brother.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
The Half-Assed Morning Show.
Minnesota's 93X.
I should have gone. Why the hell didn't I go to the bathroom while we had that? We played a song. You and I are sitting there.
I had to.
Sometimes we get to talking off air.
Oh, we'll gab.
I should have gone to the. Welcome back to what we call the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. We love you very, very much. It's Monday. It's the end of August, which means some of you sorry little ungrateful punk kids are headed back to school. Suck it up, smart mouth.
Yeah, you thought you were all big and tough back in June. Look at you now. Where'd that get you?
Get in there and learn something. Cubby.
Yes.
When does my godson check into his next grade level?
Wednesday. He starts on Wednesday. But, they got like one day school week. I think maybe 2 days this week. Tonight's actually that little parent orientation. You bring your kid in, you walk the classes, meet the teachers, stuff like that.
Size up the teachers, see which ones you can get away with, busting balls.
Yeah, well, my bigger kids, we'd go to these things, and I could never embarrass them. No matter how much I tried, they got good senses of humor, things like that. They weren't embarrassed. But my youngest is so embarrassed immediately. And I was trying to embarrass him last year, and he legitimately got pissed at me. Like he was too cool,
I like the gimmick you've told us about before when you dropped off this godson of mine at school, and as you would let him take like 3 steps away from the car, and you'd say in front of his classmates, you'd say, hey, where's my kiss?
Yeah. Wait, you forgot your kiss.
You forgot giving Daddy a kiss.
Yeah, and then...
he never liked that bit, did he?
Oh, last year he was walking away. I was like, hey, don't forget, Mommy and Daddy love you. And he doesn't appreciate it at all. Like I said, the older kids, they were totally cool.
If you need anything, Mommy and Daddy are just one phone call away.
Yeah.
Hey!
If you got any ideas for tonight...
Oh, I got an idea.
Do you really? What do you got?
It's a great line. I'm just hoping I can piece it together and use it properly. Well, it may not necessarily work tonight. So this is an orientation. You are going to this.
Yeah, so just basically you kind of go from class to class. Each teacher says, all right, this is what we'll be doing.
Is this because he's going to a new school now?
No, they've done it every year.
Okay, so you meet the teachers. This is what the kids do. You walk this way, you walk that way. Lunchtime is at noon, that whole thing.
Yep.
It may not necessarily work tonight, but maybe next time you drop him off, let him take those 4 or 5 steps away. He's in a big crowd of his classmates. And you say, you forgot. Maybe forgot isn't the best setup. Something along these lines. Okay, I got it. Here's a good way to say it. Oh, hey, Donnie, whatever my godson's name is. Remember, this afternoon is when we go and pick up your acne medication.
Something like that, yeah.
This was a great line that I don't know who told it to me when I was doing bar gigs. If someone in the crowd was being kind of a dick or unruly, I would learn their name via the prize sign-up deal, right? They're signing up for prizes. They're putting their name down. And if they acted like a dick, at some point during the bar gig, I would read their name and say, Donnie Mulcahy, your mother's outside with your acne medication. And the crowd would... So I like that angle. I don't know if you ever want to use it, but I like that angle.
That is a good angle.
Don't forget, later on this afternoon, Mommy and I are going to pick you up. We'll go get your acne medication.
You know, I could just do something as simple tonight as asking questions to with the teachers, right? When they say, do you have any questions? I could just ask anything, and that would embarrass them enough. Because we'll be sitting right next to them.
Think of something awkward and personal.
Just some really stupid questions.
Here's the thing. Speaking of stupid questions, this is a tough question. So everybody think, and then text us. We're at 651-989-9393. What is the weirdest thing that the weird kid did at your school? What is the weirdest thing that the weird kid did at your school? Anything come to mind right away for either of you boys?
We had a kid who he worked overnights in high school somehow. I don't even know if that was legal at that time, under 18, working overnight shifts at the big box retailer.
How the hell did... Okay, go ahead.
But he would come in each day, first hour, he'd pull out his book bag, he'd pull out a bowl, pull out a thing of milk, pull some cereal, eat his cereal, put it back in the bag, and then just use his backpack as a pillow, and he would just sleep all day.
Man, he must have had a tough thing going over there.
Yeah.
That some bitch had to work overnights.
We also had a kid once in study hall. It was dead silent in the room. Everybody's, studying or playing games on their calculator or whatever, but it's deadly silent. And this kid just starts kind of his hands in the air, kind of like this, kind of like shaking his fist. And he goes, "Will somebody answer the damn phone?"
That was his bit.
It just happened one day. I don't know if he was having an episode.
Oh, just one time.
Yeah. And we all kind of look around. We're like, what just happened?
There was a telephone ringing in his head.
In his head, yeah.
Well, somebody answered the damn phone. That's frightening.
It was terrifying.
What is the weirdest thing that the weird kid did at your school? We're looking for your text messages, 651-989-9393. Now, for me personally, the ninja kid that would hide in the tree and threaten our lives, he comes to mind, of course, every time.
I can't remember. Did you say you still know that guy, or is
no?
he in
I haven't
jail?
seen him. I haven't seen him since high school.
He's around.
Oh God, yeah.
You just can't see him.
We had to walk a little bit of a distance when we get to school. This was in high school too. We had to walk a little bit of a distance because the parking lot was large, and he would hide in a tree, and he would dress up as a ninja, and as we walked by, he would say, "Psst, I could have killed you." And he'd show us his throwing star or whatever he had.
That is pretty cool.
And the other one that comes to mind is the kid who would make his hair bark for 25 cents.
That's pretty funny.
It's hair bark.
He would grab onto the hair on his head. This is the bit. This is the whole bit. He would grab a tuft of his hair on top of his head and go, and we would give him 25 cents.
Worth it.
We had a kid that would eat pencils for money.
God help us. He would eat a pencil?
He would just chew and eat a pencil for money.
Oh, I'm having like a physical reaction to that.
But, when you're in 4th or 5th grade, whenever that was, he might as well have been Tom Cruise. That was...
very young.
Oh, he probably is retired at this point because with all the money people would give him.
Another one just came to mind, and I've told you about all these characters before. The dude who would run through the hallways. He would never walk between class. He would run, and he would go with his hands like they were...
was he airwolf?
Chain guns? Yes, like a machine gun. Kind of like what Frank the Tank was doing in the movie Old School when he was doing the... He would do that with his arms like he had machine guns. And yes, it was because he was a massive fan of the television show Airwolf.
I was too.
And so he would have the little radio sounds, we're coming in on the target, real close. That was his gimmick.
Chugged up plumber Jesus. We had a kid like this too who got caught. Ours never got caught, but there was some kid that was wiping. Was it okay? Okay, I don't know if I could phrase it the way he did. I was trying to think. Wiping poop, yeah.
Pooping.
He worded it funnier, but yeah, wiping poop all over the bathroom walls more than once. Yeah. He got the nickname Poopy Picasso. We had a kid that did that. We also had a couple of kids
who
kept pooping in the urinals, and that was like
Oh.
That really pissed off the teachers.
Even before.
And I imagine the janitor.
You think it's funny, huh? You just spread your little butt cheeks and drop a little chocolate fudge drag in the urinal, huh?
Before South Park, and that was an excellent impersonation, by the way.
At a Catholic school, people were pooping in the damn urinal.
Oh, yeah, that was high school.
All right. I see the text messages piling up. We'll get to them as soon as we can. The topic again. What is the weirdest thing that the weird kid did at your school? Here's a few examples from the godless internet. We had a kid that would skip down the hall and simultaneously yell, "Meats, cheese, sausages! Meats, cheese, sausages! Meats, cheese, sausages!"
That's great.
That kid now is a pastor, they say. There was a kid at our school that would pick up worms from the sidewalk after a rainstorm. And he would walk up to random girls and snort a worm up his nose and swallow it just to gross them out.
Oh, we had a worm eater. And he would also put worms down the back of girls' shirts.
Worm eater?
Yep. And believe it or not, different guy than the pencil eater.
Different guy. During study hall. Again, this is the godless internet speaking. As soon as I get some time, I'll sift through the texts that are coming in, 651-989-9393. During study hall, a kid would soak tissues with his own spit and then drape the tissues over his face like a mask. He would tilt his head back and put these spit-soaked tissues on his face and create a mask. What in the hell are you doing? The kid was called gross, and he was called out for it. And the kid said it was just his way of cooling himself off.
Oh. One
kid would jump out from behind a trash can and yell, "They're all gonna laugh at you."
Isn't that like from the movie Carrie?
Yes, it is from the movie Carrie. "They're all gonna laugh at you," and then he'd run away. That sounds like a riot right there. I would want to be in the vicinity of that trash can.
This texter says, we had a kid that would, he'd ninja run through school, and he'd yell in the halls, yelling, "I'm fast as F, boy."
What was with those kids that would run from class to class? You know,
well, the one
bell
kid
rings, you know, and you kind of saunter, you go meet up with some friends in the locker. But there's those kids that would sprint from one class to the next.
I never saw that.
Well, I only saw it once, and like I told you, he was playing Airwolf. He was playing a game of Airwolf. One kid would choose one pimple on his face, and he would name it. And he would feed it dirty water to make it grow.
This is weird kids in school is what we were looking for.
Yeah, I don't know what this person's talking about.
That's concerning.
He would feed it and to make it grow. Coin eaters. One kid not only ate coins, but would drink the ink out of pens. One kid at our school ate every single part of the chicken wing, even the bones. Wow. That could kill a guy.
Yeah. We had a kid, actually one of my best friends in 6th grade, he had to go to the emergency room because he ate a Lego, and it really messed up his digestive system. There might have been a couple of them, actually, he got down there.
Got tangled up in his guts?
Yeah.
All right, here's the deal. We need a little time to sift through our text messages. Again, the subject this morning, what is the weirdest thing that the weird kid did at your school? 651-989-9393.
Half-assed morning show, 93X.
Yeah. It's the ass end of our Monday program. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back at 5:40 tomorrow morning. We were talking about what's the weirdest thing that the weird kid did at school. What's the weirdest thing that the weird kid did at school? And I'll tell you what, there's some answers here that have been texted in. We appreciate it. One kid showed up to school in a trench coat, and he would always pull grilled cheese sandwiches out of his trench coat every day and eat them. There was no telling how many sandwiches he had in there.
That's a good sandwich.
It is. It kind of ruins the tough vibe of that leather trench coat.
Yeah, it does.
You keep hauling grilled cheese out of there.
PD Midwest Jesus said the weird kid at his school would pick out the wax of his ears and snort it up his nose.
God,
it's just recycling.
See, the majority of the vibe here is weird eaters. Snorting things, eating things. What was that again? One more time.
He would pick out earwax and snort it.
Come on. Here's a kid who would snort pixie sticks.
How about this?
The
weird kid in my school gave a whole 10-minute presentation in front of the class, fully erect.
Oh.
How do you pay attention to what he's saying?
On purpose?
Good question.
Maybe it was a dare.
Or maybe he gets nervous boners, maybe? I don't know.
You know how we've noted many times that when Josh and I grew up, boners were something that you hid. You didn't talk about whacking it or anything. And then, like, Dana's generation came around, and they're all just touching each other, and it's just bizarre. You're all touching yourselves and touching each other, boners and everything. I'm guessing, Josh, that kid who went and did a presentation with a hard-on was from Dana's generation, not our generation.
They didn't say, yeah.
You would never want to be seen again at my school if he did a presentation with a hard-on. Here's a kid who ate the following: boogers, scabs, hair, skin.
Little Village Jesus said they had a weird kid that went up to the front of the classroom one time, started peeing himself, and then sat back down like nothing happened.
Oh, my God.
I wonder if that was a dare. We had a buddy that would do dares like that. And one of them included peeing himself.
Like the hard-on gimmick, that sounds like a dare. A kid who would stick his hands down the front of his pants and then smell it. We had a kid who smashed an acoustic guitar over his own head.
That's kind of cool.
Jeff Jarrett style?
Angry Bus Driver Jesus said there was a middle school kid who would turtle inside his coat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen that before, too.
And then jerk it.
Oh, no, he did.
Well, he said jork it, which is funnier, but I don't know if he meant jerk it.
God dang. All right. Again, what did the weird kid do at your school? Here's a kid who apparently would tuck his wiener and dance around the locker room. One of my classmates, according to lesbian medical laboratory scientist Jesus, one of my classmates stood on a teacher's desk when no one was looking and pissed on a pile of exams the teacher was going to grade.
The other dumbass welder Jesus said one day they were in math class. Out of nowhere, the weird kid stood up and started shrieking like a pterodactyl, ran up to the front of the class, grabs an eraser, throws it at the teacher, then ran all the way home.
Man. Sounds like maybe his first hit of crack rocks. Now, some of you were the weird kid, and there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. We appreciate what the weird kids did. I know I did. One of our listeners was weird. He opened up the window and threw a desk out the third floor.
Whoa.
It landed down on a snowbank.
Impressed with the strength.
Yeah, our windows didn't even open in high school.
Chandler Welder Jesus said, I went to school with a kid that ate his milk carton after he drank it every single time.
See, similar to that, a listener told me there was a gal at his school that would always enjoy a little bag of popcorn. When she was done with the popcorn, she would tear it open, so the inside of the bag was exposed, and then suck on that paper for the rest of the day. You following how that might benefit you? So she can still, the salt and the butter and she's sucking on the paper from the...
We were talking about people who pooped in the bathroom and rubbed it places.
It's wrong.
Randy Shaver's on my free list. She just said we had a serial hallway pooper in their high school. Just go right in the hallway.
In the hallway. More strange eating habits amongst the weird kids. One kid tried to eat an entire can of Copenhagen.
Oh, no.
Didn't go well.
Kind of like your popcorn story, our cafeteria had these big frosted cookies with, white, frosting and sprinkles on them. So some of the frosting would get on the bag it was served in.
Sure.
And it was commonplace for kids to turn it inside out and then just lick the bag to get all the residual frosting after they ate the cookie.
It's kind of gross. A listener texted in to say, "Are you noticing how all the weird kids are males? Not a coincidence."
That's a good point.
Well, yeah, we are. It's usually the dudes. We can't control ourselves. We're weird. We do weird, disgusting things. One of our listeners ate worms every day for $5.
This person says there was a kid in my sister's class who earned the nickname Squirrel Master. He was caught on numerous occasions crawling around various shrubs on school property talking to squirrels. Hey, little buddy.
A kid who brought in pliers to school and was in the process of making his own chain mail.
Oh, wow, that's an impressive
So maybe
skill.
he was a LARPer. Is
Could
that the
be,
right
yeah,
term?
or grew up to be one.
High school teacher texted in. Or was a high school teacher. I was a high school teacher and a baseball coach for 8 years. At baseball practice one day, I had a kid take a few reps at the plate, a little bit of batting practice. The kid walked up to me after his turn was over, looked me dead in the eye, and said, "Coach, I just myself."
Like he was brave enough to just go up and own it.
One of my kids, says a listener, this must be a teacher, one of the kids would bring Kool-Aid packets to school every day, so his fingers and around his mouth would be the color of the Kool-Aid that he enjoyed that day.
Huh. We had kids that would bring the Kool-Aid packets or like the big kind of round, jug of powder, and they would just throw it in their mouth. Just grab a scoop and just toss it on in there.
That's hardcore. One of our students would rub his hair and collect his dandruff on a black piece of paper every single day.
Oh, I saw that in the Breakfast Club. This person said they got up on their desk in 7th grade and barked at their English teacher as she yelled at him for not doing homework.
And finally, on my end of things, one kid on our wrestling team drank his own piss.
Oh.
Wrestlers always were kind of a different breed.
Not that different, at least where I was raised. Yucky.
Welcome back to school, kids, for those of you who are up against that grueling reality this week. It's this week and next week when the kids are back, and by damn, the school bus is rumbling through town and all that. So good luck.
I haven't had an opportunity to go through all the texts, but I was asking earlier, what could I do to embarrass my youngest today? It's the orientation for 8th grade. And, usually I do my best to embarrass him. And so this is a great idea from Wolfpack Softball Jesus. I mentioned, I bet all I'd have to do, because he is so embarrassed by us, all I'd have to do is ask one generic question. And just the fact that I spoke and his teacher heard me and classmates, he'd be embarrassed. Wolfpack Softball Jesus said, every teacher you meet, no matter what the class is, just start asking when sexual education starts. I'm asking the math teacher, real quick.
Yeah.
When does sexual education start?
And then just add to that comment, point at your son and say, because this kid could really use it.
Yeah. And by the way, kids, this is my son.
Yeah.
This is him right here.
That's not bad. How about a lot of that's what she said jokes?
Oh, yeah. And look around hey, did
Right.
you hear that? Look how good that joke was.
Maybe you can do that old gimmick you did years ago about the nutritional value of the kids' food. Maybe ask
questions about that, yeah.
You want direct numbers on the nutritional value of the meals that will be served to the children.
Exactly.
Something just painful like that. Those are all great ideas. You should be able to put on a pretty good show tonight.
And it won't take much. It won't take much anymore. Today marks 15 years for Chaos Vortex Jesus at his job and joining the Brotherhood. I guess they coincide. So we appreciate, I'd imagine, your coworkers for turning you onto the show and for being with us for so long. Congrats on that. Shout out to Ella moving into the U of M dorms today. Have a great year, Ella. Thanks for being here for us this morning. And before we turn things over to the very capable and manicured hands of Lindsay, our website announced the Border Bash is back, our big broadcast in Wisconsin. I'm far too lazy to read you all the information, but if you go to 93x.com, you can see that. You can buy tickets now. We'd love to have you join us. It's going to start October 16th. Live broadcast that Friday morning. We got a couple of bands. Friday night. Be a good time as always. Again, check out 93x.com.
93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
93
Hey friends, Dana here. And yeah, sure, we got plenty of summer left, but we all know what comes next when the weather shifts from crotch soup season to frozen shriveled peas season. That's why I love my pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. It's the perfect time to get them out and take a peek at both your AC and your furnace. Book your AC tune-up by August 21st and save $45 or save $90 when you bundle both. It's the early bird deal and it's the way to go for peace of mind on both ends. Go to standardheating.com and make sure to mention 93X when you book.